Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode 31 of podcast Squad Pods. Set it out. My kids are screaming in the background, dude. I can't concentrate.
Podcast Squad.
Episode of podcast.
He just stopped talking there. He's like,
Tried. I knew that was not working. I'm just gonna stop.
Squad Pod. He just stopped, bro.
Squad Pod. Squad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 31 of Squad Pod. Hi, everybody. Today, I guess we're going to get right into it. Are you muted? Doesn't matter. I'm going to get right into it. I have an off-the-wall question.
Quentin's here, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Quentin's here, by the way. I like your very HR Geiger inspired background back there.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Good eye.
Good eye. And anything with that much black and tentacles, you can just assume it's just him. This is the dude who made Aliens.
See, it's just like a xenomorph, just morph out of the wall during the middle of the podcast.
All of his shit looks like he took a mythical creature and just wrapped it in black leather. He's like, but how would it look in black? Shiny ass.
Does it come in black?
Exactly.
Like Batman.
Anyways, we were talking last week about how we watch a lot of YouTube, all of us. And I was just purely curious if you can go through the top 3 videos on your YouTube account right now. Not that you watch, just your 3 recommended videos.
Recommended.
Just the first 3 and explain to me kind of what they are in the shortest. Don't get too much into it.
Not subscriptions. You mean just whatever YouTube's recommending.
First 3 videos.
First 3 recommended. Just open it, refresh it.
Quentin's like, nope, I'm not doing this.
I'm already open. I'm ready.
All right. I got you.
All right. Okay. I'm going to start only because we were just talking about this before the show started. Literally, the thumbnail is a guy worried like this. We were
what's
just
this guy
talking
worried about, man?
That's a thumbnail.
Should I be worried?
So, it's actually okay. The first one I have it's called "Why I Left California." It's from Graham Stephan. He does he's a real estate investor and he kind of talks about financial stuff, but he's it's kind of more laid back than most of them
on YouTube.
Yeah,
man, getting learned.
What's up? You
getting learned.
Said you're getting learned.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Dude,
that's
I watched
on
one Breaking Bad video earlier. He's going to tell him to brush their teeth.
Oh, do it again.
I have a honestly, I've seen this video before, so I'm gonna skip it because I've seen it already. What's the best way to dice an onion is the next one. I guess YouTube thinks
best way to dice an onion, huh?
It's because I watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay and Guga Foods. And then the next one's a Legal Eagle video. This lawsuit could change esports forever, apparently.
Legal Eagle, I like that.
I like Legal Eagle. So
Legal Eagle's nice.
Yeah, those are my 3.
Nice, man. Quinn, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. All right, so my first one is Renegade Space Marine chapters that are still loyal to the Emperor, Warhammer 40K. I've been watching a lot of Warhammer lore videos because do you guys know anything about Warhammer?
No,
I don't.
We talked about it last episode a little bit, actually.
We did.
Yeah. We know nothing about it. It just
brief.
It's super. It's just 40K is basically the sci-fi Warhammer, and it's just it's made to be as completely just off the wall, crazy insane as all the sci-fi stuff you could think. And it actually just refreshed and gave me completely new ones. So
just roll with it.
I got one for this is the best carry revolver right now. So I watch a lot of revolver videos. And what's the last one? The new news on Spinosaurus. Probably not that
There's
surprising.
New news on the Spinosaurus?
New news.
That's
Spinosaurus.
Huh?
What is Spinosaurus? I mean,
Spinosaurus is just a dinosaur. It was an old-ass dinosaur, bro.
Spinosaurus.
Is it Spinosaurus?
Is it
You ever see Jurassic Park 3?
I haven't.
No? we'll talk about that then. That's going to come up with what I want to talk about later. But that's a segue. I'm glad Quentin's here for this episode too.
All right, that's what I got.
All right.
You want to hear why my kid was crying?
Segue, yeah, I do.
Because the older one doesn't love his stuffed animal anymore, so she was crying because she doesn't love it either, and she didn't know what to do with it.
Oh my
She's
god!
like, nobody loves the stuffed animal.
It's like an existential crisis. Like,
all right. So
is
I
it
took
worth being here if it's not loved?
Yeah. I said it's gonna live in this chest for now on, and I put it in their blanket chest. So this is where it's gonna be now.
What are your YouTube videos, Alex?
All right, mine are my top 3. I have Fanboys Forced to Switch Side. It's from GameSack. They just like review retro games. Laura Legends. She's like this girl who like has this huge toy collection. And I'll tell you what, I have no interest in like any toy collecting, but like it just blows my mind on how many toys this person has. This like girl has just like this room full of just ridiculous toys. And I like watching them because it just reminds me of my childhood sometimes. Like, hey, I had that.
Yeah.
And then actually, weirdly enough, I swear I don't watch this many toy videos. But I have an episode by Phaelus for Bootleg Zone, and he just reviews like a bunch of bootleg toys. Like he finds them from like
that sounds fun.
Mexico and finds like these crazy off the wall bootlegs.
That sounds cool.
I actually got into him for 2 videos I watched that got me into him. One was a Pikachu riding the Nimbus Cloud in like a Goku gi, and he reviewed this toy, and I was like, that is the coolest toy I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah,
I want it.
He was on Wish. He bought it from Wish, and I actually found it too. It was like $10. I was like, I should buy this toy.
You sent me a
and then
link
he
to that?
reviewed the next episode I saw. The next episode I saw was like this Mr. T van, and like there was a Mr. T's head on it and Mr. T's arms on it, but it was like a van, and it would drive like this, and his hands would smash. It's like the wildest stuff. I'm like, who thinks of this? That Pikachu thing's real, man. Though, just type in Goku Pikachu.
I mean, it'll take me like 6 months to get it, and it probably won't even be what I get. But
yeah, that's true. That is Wish.
All right, Vernon, what do you got?
It'll be this big.
I got a Winter Soldier promo because, of course. I got Inside the NBA videos. And then the third one is a Bleacher Report. It's just the Gridiron Heights, the latest Gridiron Heights video with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and everything. Like that's surprising because I'm usually like I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna be like Scott the Woz or something because that's what I've been watching a lot of lately. I've pretty much just been watching like all of his videos because they're funny as shit. So like I'm surprised. I thought at least one of those would be that.
Yeah, mine were kind of disappointing. They weren't things that I normally watch like every day.
Mine are disappointing as well.
Yeah,
to be honest.
He's like, Alex,
this
better.
was disappointing.
I'm sorry. We'll reconvene on this in like 2 months.
We'll refresh it at the end of the episode. We'll come back to it.
Do that.
My first one is Your Mom's House podcast, and that is Tom Segura, the comedian. Him and his wife have a podcast. It's pretty funny. They have different guests on every time. The second one is the Trailer Park Boys Sea Shanty.
The Kitty Man.
Yeah, the Kitty Man Shanty. And you know, love Trailer Park Boys. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's hilarious. It's great. The third one is a Hack the Movies video. Hack the Movies is Tony from Rental Reviews that work with Angry Video Game Nerd. He has his own channel and he does reviews on like movies and stuff. And this one is specifically about Stargate, which I have never seen really.
I've never seen Stargate.
I've never seen Stargate, but that's the review of Stargate. Mine aren't too exciting, so I didn't watch that video. I mean, it's not stuff I would normally watch all the time.
I probably wouldn't have clicked on any of the videos that actually popped up.
I'm surprised Pat McAfee wasn't in the top 3 here, to be honest.
Dude, the only videos that I told you guys that I haven't watched was the Laura Legends one. The other 2 I've seen a bunch of times.
I skipped one that I've seen already because I was like, no, I've seen this already. That doesn't count.
I do watch them again, and specifically Phaelus and GameSack. and I don't mean this in a negative way, but their voices are very like calming, so they put me to sleep. So sometimes, not sometimes, almost every night I'll put one of them on and I'll flip my phone over and it just conks me out. I've been doing it for years. I probably have hundreds and if not thousands of views on some of these like old like 6-year videos from these guys. They're probably like, man, these videos are still getting views.
And it's just Alex sleeping.
It's just me sleeping and my phone just playing through them.
They don't care. Those ads keep playing.
Hell yeah, man. It just keeps going. They're getting money. That's all right. I support their channels. They're great. They're great entertainers.
I love the idea of supporting like a YouTube channel. I would love to be able to. I just can't afford it most of the time. But
I buy merch sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I would
sometimes
like to.
Sometimes I'll buy like AVGN. He put out the movie. I made sure to buy the movie. I know that was like it was like his passion project. It's not good. It's and he knows it's not good. But like it was his passion project. You know, he did it on his spare time. You know,
I have done that actually. There was a skateboarder YouTuber that I watched years ago, and they came out. They had like a team that they actually built, and I bought their skate video. It was like an hour long. It was worth my money.
Yeah, I'm actually AVGN movie twice now. So
I'm actually wearing Internet Comment Etiquette's T-shirt.
See,
it's Seashore Investigations, and it has the Illuminati.
The AVGN video game's coming out soon too, like the deluxe edition. I'll be buying that too. So
I'd love to be able to do that more
when it comes physical. I own it. You totally welcome to borrow it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's fun. It's very James Rolfe. You can
I figured.
The best part is behind the scenes. The behind the scenes is just awesome. Mike Matei and stuff are in it. It's awesome. But
awesome, man.
It's crazy though when you first started YouTube, man. Like when they first put ads in YouTube, you're like, oh, I ain't watching this. Like, get the hell. What do you mean you're putting ads in my YouTube? You know? And then now I'm just like, yeah, watch the ads, man. Like, it supports them. You know?
I would much rather see though, like an in video ad, knowing that these people got paid like a chunk of money to do something, than to watch some like Google AdSense video that, you know, like
usually.
Like I've seen a bunch of Raid Shadow Legends plugs, but I'm like, you know what? They got paid a nice paycheck for this. I
skip them.
I do it. I watch them.
Oh,
I'll hear about how I'll get 50,000 free silver if I sign up with their code, but I'm never gonna do it. But
I just tap the screen until it's gone.
That's what I like about like Internet Comment Etiquette. He makes his ads into skits, like actual videos within the video, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic does that too, but I don't know. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not.
One of my favorite ones that I've seen. There's this guy Drew Gooden. He was like a Viner. Did you see the Vine where he's like, "Road work ahead. I sure hope it does." It's like it was an old Vine, but anyway, he makes these really good YouTube videos. But he does plugs for HelloFresh, and I think it's not Square. What's that website builder?
Foursquare?
Is that what it is?
It's Foursquare, yeah.
Well, so he'll do skits like at the end of every episode, and the one time he did one, and he starts talking about food, and you're like, okay, it's going to be a HelloFresh ad, and then he just says, nope, I built a website based on food, and it was like, you were ready for the HelloFresh plug, and then it just ended up being Foursquare, and you're like, you got me to watch this. It was good. Cool, I'd much rather watch those though than like.
Yeah, I agree. I hate seeing those damn videos, but I'm glad most of them now, like you have 5 seconds and you can skip them, and then you get those random ones that are like a minute or something, or like 30 seconds. You're like, damn, I gotta sit through this shit.
The absolute worst ones for me, that channel, the first one, that Graham Stephan channel, that's like financial advice. All the ads are like, you know, you could get rich on Amazon, you know, selling all this crap, you know, like, look at all my money I got. If you want all my money.
Traded your cash, your gold for cash.
Like, come on, dude. Like, these people that, you know, they'll drive up with like a nice car and a nice house. Like, this could be you too if you just click on my video and buy my course.
Here's how to get rich in like 5 months.
I'll tell you what the experts don't want you to know. Like, okay.
Okay.
I like the movie trailer ads. I think that's where I first saw about little things. Like, I'll actually sit and watch like a whole movie trailer if it's in like an ad. I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, sure.
You're muted, Alex.
Alex, I think you're muted.
There you
My
go.
bad.
There you go. What were you saying?
Just if it interests me, I'll watch a movie trailer ad too.
Yeah.
You catch me watching those sometimes.
If the ad's good, I'll watch it. I mean, if I'm entertained, I don't really care what it is, I guess. I'm simple.
I watched an ad the other day, and it was for something strange. And I was like, why did I just watch this whole thing? And like, it was like a good 2 minutes, that 2-minute ad, and I was like, I don't even remember. I think it was for some like medicine or something, and I like watched the whole thing. And I was like, why? But
Why
they
did
had
I do this?
they had my interest.
Yeah, dude.
It got
They
you.
used to-
Something about it got you.
There's sometimes these like 40-minute long ads that'll come on these random videos, and they
Mhm.
came on once because we'll have like nursery rhyme video show like for our kids, and they would put them in the like mid ad rolls, and like they'd be watching these nursery rhyme videos, and I'd be in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear this like grown like man talking. I'm like, what the hell are you guys watching? And here it's an ad that's going on for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
half-hour ad.
I've
Jesus.
seen those.
How much did you pay for that?
YouTube's fucked up.
I
Like,
love.
you could pay $14 a month for YouTube like
Mhm.
Plus or whatever it is. Like,
I love the self-referential ads too now that like know that you're in like the
Mhm.
car commercial ones are pretty funny where he's like, we're interrupting him with this ad right now. Like they know I ain't watching it on TV. They know I'm watching it on YouTube
Mhm.
and you interrupted me. you know?
Yeah.
There's another one too that like it's like one of the 5-second ones where you can skip and he's like, don't press the button. Don't press
Yeah.
the button. Don't press the button.
Please watch
I
my
didn't see
ad.
that
Don't hit
one.
the skip
I'm like,
button.
oh, okay. Don't press the button. What do you got to say?
If someone was making an ad and they were smart about it, they would try to like grab your attention in that 5 seconds because
5
that's
seconds,
counting
yeah.
down, and I'm looking at it. I'm waiting for it to go.
Dude,
that
some of
skip
those
ad button.
ads, have you seen the ads that don't even finish? Like, it's like one of those 11-second ads where you can't skip it,
Mhm.
and like it ends in like the middle of a sentence. Like you can tell there's
They're
more
probably
ad after
15-second ads, and they put them on for 11
Yeah,
seconds.
man, and they're just like gone. I'm like, okay, you just like cut out minutes. I'm like, what are you selling me, man?
At least
Like,
finish
I don't
it.
even know.
You had my interest, and look
You
what
had
happened.
it. You forced me to watch 11 seconds. I had to watch 15 for you to finish your sentence.
Man,
I actually do have something to talk about.
Okay.
It goes back to last week where we talked about video games that were 10 years old.
Mhm.
This week, I'm going to make you guys feel really old.
No,
This is movies that are 20 years old this year.
no, no.
So we'd be 8 when
I
they
had we had to up the ante on this one.
20.
There's a lot of good movies that came out
So-
like 20 years ago. It's going to make you feel old.
Just for reference, then most of these movies came out when we were 7 or 8. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we were pretty young at the time. And the first one here is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The very first one came out
All
20 years ago.
man.
Oh, I already feel old.
The first Harry Potter movie.
Well, I like your
20
haircut, bro. I just
Thank you.
noticed.
Yeah, looks nice, man.
He's like, thank you, bye.
But yeah, Harry Potter is really dope. I like that first movie. Another huge movie was the first Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. That came out 20 years ago.
I was 8, man.
Yeah. And this is another one we were probably watching. Monsters Inc. came out.
Monsters
20
Inc.
Yeah, the original Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Shrek came out 20 years ago.
Really? 20 years
A lot
ago?
of good movies came out 20 years ago, surprisingly. Shrek, Ocean's 11, Pearl Harbor. I don't know if anybody likes Pearl Harbor.
I've
the
seen
second
it. I know what it is.
long movie.
Long
Mummy
movie.
Returns, second Mummy movie that came out. Jurassic Park 3 came out 20 years ago.
Talking about that.
One of the new
Bro, I
songs.
keep hearing fucking icicles falling off my roof, and it's freaking me the fuck out because I'm here by myself right now. And I'm sorry, like that's why I'm like this. Every once in a while, you see me with like one
I
headphone
did
on.
notice you were doing that. every
I'm
now
like, what is making this
I wanted
noise?
to ask
Is
you what
someone
was
knocking?
because
Bro, I was like, it's like, I'm like,
you seemed a little disconnected there.
bro. But I just checked and like because it sounded like it was coming from us, and there's a bunch of icicles in the snow, like, and like they might be like hitting against like, so like I'm assuming that's what it is, but it's unless there's a monster or a ghost or something in here, like I keep hearing like, and I'm like, what the fuck? But like I went out and I checked, and there's like a whole pile of them, like, and I could see them, and I'm like, these some big ass icicles. They would make a thud. So I'm just gonna attribute that to that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
no, man.
This shit's been freaking
Make sure
me
you-
out.
I'm glad you're okay because you seemed
Yeah,
like
glad
something
you're
was
all right.
up.
I hope. We'll see.
Another possum.
Back to normal. Let's
Watch out
just
when you go to
keep it
leave
rolling.
tomorrow
You're just
morning.
gonna,
I
like,
guess.
You
He's just
step
gonna
on
be sitting here, and then all of a sudden, Vern's just gonna like.
Yeah, it's gonna be
disappear.
like,
Be a big ass icicle.
He's just
said help.
gonna be like, no.
Help me!
All right, I'm sorry, but that shit was freaking me out. I'm just gonna assume that's what it is because I don't want to. That shit's been
What was the
freaking
last
me out.
thing you heard?
Me
Yeah.
from you guys? You
Yeah.
guys were
Complimenting his haircut.
yeah. He said nice haircut. I'm like, thanks. And I'm like,
Oh.
who the fuck is making this? Thanks, you like it? I got
Yeah,
it
it looks
today.
good, man.
Thanks.
Really, I need.
I was
my
tired of
hair.
having
It's
the
just getting long,
fucking-
bro.
I was tired of the long hair, man. It was getting.
Yeah.
It was. Oh,
I was
Oh.
supposed to get cut this weekend. All the damn snow came.
I know.
But yeah, Lord of the Rings, Monsters Inc., Shrek, Ocean 11, Mummy Returns, Jurassic Park 3.
3.
Yeah, Jurassic Park 3 came
What?
out 20 years ago. Hannibal. I don't know if anybody watched Hannibal. It's like the second sequel to The Silence of the Lambs with Hannibal Lecter.
It's not as good.
It's not as good. Black Hawk Down. Donnie Darko came out 20 years ago. That's a pretty good movie. I haven't seen that in a while. I should actually watch that one here soon. It's been quite a while since I've seen that movie. The original Fast and Furious came out 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
The very first one. It came out June 22nd.
Dang.
Yeah, getting old, man. How High came out 20 years ago with Method Man and Redman.
Man.
One of my favorites, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, came out 20 years ago, man. That movie's that old already.
Jeez.
Joe Dirt came out 20
Wow.
years ago. The first Tomb Raider movie, Angelina Jolie.
Damn.
Yeah, but yeah, man, there's so many good movies. Not Another Teen Movie, Royal Tenenbaums, Super Troopers came out 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man, a lot of good ones. The last one here is Zoolander, which is also a great movie. I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Pretty funny movie. But like, it's crazy to think like how crazy like all these good movies came out like just in our time, you know. And there's like
It's
I
crazy
don't
to
know, there's
think
too
that a
many-
lot of those actors are still pumping movies
still
out.
yeah, still putting out good shit.
20 years older. Dang.
Here, man. We'll see what happens in another 20 years. We'll get to look back on the movies that are coming out now.
40
They're all
years
just
ago.
Sequels.
I actually just got into a
Sequels or
conversation about
reboots?
the reboot thing with my buddy Storm because we were talking about Kong versus Skull Island, and he's like, "Man, they don't have any original ideas." And I was like, "Have you ever seen Godzilla or King Kong?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "You're the reason they make them, then. Like,
Yeah.
you have no intention of going to watch them." And I was like, "Are you going to watch the new one?" He's like, "Probably." And I was like, "Well, there you go."
There you go.
You gotta
That's
have
why
to
they
learn.
make them,
Yeah,
man.
Hollywood's smart. They know what they're doing. Like, somebody's out there watching them.
Kong Skull Island's a lot different than like the 2014 King Kong or
Which is a
whenever
lot
that one was
different
made.
from the one previous to that, you know?
Yeah. Skull Island was really good. I like that one, man.
I actually really like the Peter Jackson one too, to be honest with you.
They're both
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one in a while. I just remember being long as shit.
Yeah,
It is
it's way
long.
too long.
I remember
It was good though.
the game was super good for it.
The game was really good. That's one
Yeah.
of
The
the
game
best
was
video
really good.
game, like movie video game, like adaptations I've ever played.
It
Hands down.
absolutely is.
Totally
man.
agree, man.
It's like up
It
there
was
with like
great.
Wolverine Origins for me. It's fantastic.
Wolverine Origins was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Um,
one of those underrated gems.
Do you have any like favorite like remakes or like revisions of movies?
Hmm.
I actually like the Evil Dead one, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I like the Evil Dead one. A lot.
I
It gets a
do,
lot of
though.
hate within the Evil Dead community, but
think
I
it's
like it.
fine. I think
it's pretty cool.
I think it's different enough with still staying to like the original concept. Like
Yeah.
they made it their own movie. It's their movie, you know. I didn't feel like they were trying to copy Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Even though it is a copy of Evil Dead, but
Mhm.
it was unique enough. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. I
The
totally
Thing-
agree, man.
The
Had
Thing is the best
practical
remake
effects
ever.
are awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. John
Thing is the
Carpenter's
best.
The
Yeah,
Thing.
that's the best
Yeah.
remake ever.
That is true. You're not. He's not lying.
That's better than the
Oh,
original.
you mean the remake from like the short or whatever?
Yeah, from like the
Like-
60s movie.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the remake of the '60s movie.
Or it might even be like the 30s.
Yeah,
or
it's probably
40s.
older than that.
Yeah, it's like black and white. I always like I've never seen it, but I envision the scene where like the alien comes in, he's just like standing in the doorway, and
Yeah,
he's
he
like
like
this big
kicks
stiff.
the door open.
He's like,
The Fly is a remake.
yeah.
The Fly.
I actually, that's one horror movie I don't love. Not that it's not good, it just does exactly what it wants to do for me, and the body horror in it just grosses me out. I'm just like, eh.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point.
They got
Yeah.
it. They did it good. I'm not
It's
saying
not
it's not a
one
good
I
movie.
watch like regularly, but it's a good
Yeah.
movie. I like
It's-
it.
Oh man, when he's like throwing up that stuff, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
he
ugh.
looks so gross. Like the effects in it are like.
He
good,
looks
man.
so gross.
Alex
That's
is
a good
gagging
movie,
just
though.
thinking about it.
It's weird to
Ugh.
see Jeff Goldblum in that kind of role
It
with like
is.
Gina Davis.
Yeah.
The part I don't like in that movie is whenever she has like the dream where she's pregnant and she gives birth to like the fucking like larva, like the
Agate.
baby. Like it's so gross, dude. Like that's the part I don't like of the movie. It's so gross.
It is a gross movie. It's
but I
like
mean,
up there with like Eraserhead and shit. Eraserhead's another movie that's just fucking gross.
see, that's a movie I haven't seen, but I know I've seen like the scene like you're talking
It's
about.
fucking gross, dude.
Yeah.
The whole thing's gross. I mean, it's
David
paced
Lynch.
differently, dude, but it's just fucking gross. And again, that's a type of horror that other people are into. I'm not saying they're bad movies. They're just not.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch them. It's like the Saw movies after a while too. Like first couple I really liked. Eventually, I was like, man, I don't want to see people get their fucking limbs cut off anymore.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Like-
I was just saying, like, the
Gross.
first one is really good. That's one
It's
I'll actually
gross.
rewatch. Is the first one, but other than
The
that,
second one, I think the second one's pretty good too.
yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while. I'm actually interested in seeing like the new one that they're
The
gonna come out
reboot?
with.
Yeah,
the
my
reboot with
soft
like Chris
reboot.
Rock in it, dude.
Yeah.
It's been
He like
long.
wrote it apparently. Like Chris Rock
I-
write and being in a horror movie. That's odd.
The Saw movie that got me, and it's not even like the grossest scene. It's the one where he's got to stick his hand in the saw and he like cuts his hand like this way. And I was just like, I don't need to watch this anymore. Like,
Alex just
No.
tapped out. He's like, no, I'm good.
yeah, I'm good. Like the first one is a good horror movie. Like that's just a good movie, period. And the second one, I think, builds upon the concept pretty well.
Yeah,
But then after
Saw,
that,
it just kind of turned into just like how just gore. That's all. Like for people that just want to see some crazy sick traps. Like what did they come up with next? That's all it is. Like,
Yeah.
Throughout the movies at that point, there really isn't much like story that's great at that point. You know,
there
it's just like,
is-
how are they going to top themselves this time? Like it's just a series of just ridiculous gory traps.
and some of them are
Yeah.
creative. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
they are. But I mean, that's what they kind of turned into is like what they're just trying to top themselves.
Mhm.
There's another great YouTube channel I watch, and he does a lot of the Saw movies, but he kind of explains how he'd get out of these situations. Like he like analyzes them and sees like what he could do to get out of them. Because like that's what I used to do when I watched.
See this
Saw,
brick back there?
like
That
could I
looks
be-
loose. I would just pop that brick out.
Yeah. Like the funniest one to me, and I don't know how many Saw movies you have, but there's that one where they're in Times Square and that they're in that glass box and it's the two guys and they're pulling each other and there's the girl like suspended and she's cheating on the two guys and they're like, well, one of you have to die or she has to die, and the guy's just like, I'd kill the bitch. He's like, I would just let her fall. And I'm like, all right, I guess. I mean, you didn't escape the trap only if you're from the guy's perspective. But
Just do and look at the other dude like, hey, I'm not trying to die. Are you
yeah,
trying
man,
to die?
she's cheating on you
Like,
too, man.
Yeah, she's cheating on you too, man.
This is what she deserves.
I mean,
It's pretty fun though.
Are there any other remakes that like you guys like? Like I'm speaking of remakes, I did watch the fan cut of the Halloween remake the other night.
I
and
didn't
it's
realize that was the
vastly
whole
better.
video, and I clicked
Bro,
on
it's
it,
the
and I'm
whole
like,
movie.
I can't watch this all right now.
Yeah, man, I'm at work. I ain't got an hour and a half.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was that night I watched it.
I
but-
thought when
bro.
you said it was a fan cut, I was like, oh, okay, it's probably like a 5-minute video, with like some. I'm like, oh shit, this is an hour
Bro,
and 45
this
minutes long.
movie
Okay.
is literally rearranged, has deleted scenes added in, and like as the 2018 music added in.
Mhm.
Like it is really good, man. And it
Yeah.
cuts out all the like Michael Myers never speaks as a kid. Like they cut out all the family bullshit. It literally mirrors the original movie. Like
But
it's
with
really
the
good.
Rob Zombie visuals.
Yeah, just everything in the Rob Zombie movie it mirrors the original, like exactly how it was pretty much. But it's really good, man. If I ever want to watch it, like Rob Zombie's version, I'm gonna watch that version. It's on YouTube. But go watch that shit.
Download it
be
before
honest.
they take it
It
down.
even includes the first half hour of the second movie, the only good part of the second Halloween movie. He adds in at the end of that
Oh.
one. He kind of adds into it, and it works.
I was just
I
gonna
like
say,
it.
should we look forward to his 30-minute cut of the second one then? Eventually.
Nah, bro, you don't have to. It's already in there. He only
he
used the
cut
only
it
good
down
part of
already.
it.
All right.
He used the only good part of it.
That's
So I mean,
good.
that's the definitive Rob Zombie Halloween experience right there. That dude made.
Man, if you'd
But shout
asked
out
me
to
the
him.
same question when I saw the Rob Zombie thing, I'd have told you I liked the Rob Zombie. I mean, I wouldn't have said better than the original.
I
or
liked it
anything.
whenever it came
When it
out.
first came
but,
out, I
like,
liked
as the
it.
years went by, it's like, ugh, no.
Yeah, it was a good. It was a good shock value movie, and after it, I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't need any of this bullshit anymore. This ain't Halloween.
There's a lot of things like that they get, as you get older or you watch it more, like it's something that you really liked, and then as you watch it again or experience it again, you're like, this isn't that great, or this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other example other than that at the moment. But
I mean, I used to like the movie Spawn as a
I
kid.
do like the movie.
Michael
Spawn.
Jai
It
White,
is terrible though.
It's
Like,
pretty
I-
bad when you look at it now. But like as a
Ooh.
kid, I used to really like that movie.
I'll tell you one that's maybe an unpopular opinion that gave me a headache last time I watched it. The
Oh,
Goonies gave me a headache last time I
Ooh,
watched it.
really?
All it is fucking kids screaming over each other the entire movie, dude. And I just didn't realize it as like a kid, and just like
You're like, ugh.
like it was on, and I think why is I wasn't really paying attention to it. It's kind of on in the background.
Mhm.
And like I'd be like in my kitchen, and I was just hearing these kids scream over each other. And it just sounded like my kids were actually home, and they weren't at that point. I was watching it by myself, and I'm like, well, I mean, I have this now in real life. I don't need this.
don't need to
anymore.
yeah, I
watch
don't need
it.
to watch 2 hours of my free
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, like watch it sometime and tell me it's not like just it's not that good. It's a good movie still, but man,
Yeah.
like that dialogue is written just like who can yell the loudest? Terrible.
I can't really think of a movie like off the top of my head that like I grew up watching that I don't like. I don't think I really watched anything recently that I used to watch as a kid.
Mhm.
You know,
I think we talked.
Like-
I don't know if we talked about this or if I thought we talked about this when Alex said he started watching Dragon Ball Super. I mean, if I had to pick an answer for that, it'd probably be Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it when I was a kid, but like looking back, I'm like, it sucked. Like,
Yeah.
Sucks.
Oh, dude, I
This
think of
is
what now.
terrible.
it's just
Wild
bad.
Wild West.
It is bad.
What's wrong with Wild Wild West?
It's not a
What's
good
wrong with that
movie.
movie?
man.
I
What's
enjoy
wrong with
Wild
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 West?
West. I enjoy
Wild
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 West.
West. Listen, I like it.
That
But
shit.
looking back on it, it's not a very good
Vernon's
movie,
ready to
but
fight.
it's funny. There are funny parts to
No,
it.
to be honest, I probably haven't seen it since I was like 10
Yeah.
or however old I was when it came out. Like I just have
I can
images of it in my
remember
head.
That I find funny, like that are throughout it.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole movie as a
Exactly.
whole is just like it's not very
See,
good.
looking back, I can picture the CGI is probably not that great in it
Oh no,
because of how old it is. And I'm picturing that big robotic thing or whatever. But like, remember
Yeah,
what I'm talking about?
Spider, the big
That spider. I bet you that thing looks pretty dated by now.
yeah.
Ugh, yeah. I just like Will Smith.
Vernon's changing his
Will
mind as
Smith
he's
was a
talking
dragon
about
in
it.
that movie too. He dressed up
No,
as a
like I said, I was just bullshit. I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, so I don't know if it's fucking good or not. I'm sure it's not.
Those, like that and Men in Black were like the two movies I would watch as a kid.
Oh,
like
no. Men in
back
Black's
before
good.
I would switch. Yeah, Men in Black is
so
a great
good, though.
movie.
Mm.
That's still
Wild
good.
Wild West is not, but it still has its funny parts. Like them running through the cornfield with like those neck collars on, with those blades
Oh
chasing.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know
she's
if I
funny.
can really think of too many Wild Wild West funny parts, to be honest with you.
I can think of a couple, like just because how many times I've seen it. Like
It's
Will
just
Smith, when he
cringy
comes
humor
out
to me.
dressed in drag,
See,
and he's like, "Is that belly dancer?" It's hilarious, dude. And then like the gun barrels come out, and they like fire shoots out. It's a funny movie. It's just dumb. It's
he's
dumb.
talking
funny.
himself back into it.
No, I still
Bro,
think it's
you
a
should
bad
watch.
movie. It's just,
I was
that's
telling you
funny parts.
guys that movie with Johnny Knoxville and Jackie Chan that's on Netflix. Watch it. Just
Yeah,
watch it
movie
for
I
the
never
sake
heard
of
of.
watching it.
All
I'm
right.
telling you, just watch it. It's so out there. You're just gonna be watching it, and you're gonna want to turn it off, but you're not gonna be able to.
Can't.
You're gonna be
Gonna
like,
wanna
I
turn it off.
I want to turn this off. This is shit. But you're gonna keep watching it because you'll be like, this is Johnny Knoxville and Jackie Chan in the movie together. You're like, what is? And like the plot is so dumb. I can't even remember what the fucking movie's called, but you'll see it. Just Johnny Knoxville and Jackie Chan in a movie together. It's ridiculous, bro. It's so ridiculous.
I'll have to look that up. There's a movie that I remember watching as a kid. I haven't watched recently, which I'm sure is probably dated and bad. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was called Wild America, and it had Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement in that shit. And he had like two brothers. It was a kind of a cool story, but like,
That's the one with the bears.
yeah, it's the one with the bears, exactly.
That's
But
the
like
one with the
The one with the
bears.
bears.
it's the one with the bears, but it's like set. I don't know. It's like set years ago. It's not like super old, but like the one brother has like an old like handheld like real video camera, and he wants to shoot like
I actually
wildlife
remember this.
videos.
Now,
And the brothers end up like tagging along with him, and they travel around, and they end up getting like finding all these like wild animals and filming them. Like they have like run-in with gators. That's pretty scary. And then there's like the one dude like a moose ends up like he gets stuck on the moose's horns, and like the moose is running around, and they gotta like get him. And at the very end, there's like they come across like what they were looking for, and it's like this huge cave where all these like grizzlies like hibernate for the winter.
I do
And like he
remember
wants
this.
to film that. But yeah, that's a movie I remember fondly from like as a kid, but I just haven't watched it in like 20 years, probably. Like probably more. But like that's one I actually probably should watch now. I should do a review of that movie and see how bad it is.
I'm sure it's not that bad. Jonathan Taylor Thomas can't do anything wrong, man.
He was Simba, man.
He was Simba.
He was baby Simba.
He was.
So with
Lost his dad.
King Kong versus Godzilla coming out now, I know they're going to partner in the end. Which team you on?
Team Godzilla,
Godzilla.
man.
Godzilla.
Nah, man.
Godzilla, baby.
I'm Team
You on
Kong.
Team Kong?
Team Kong, son. Nothing on love
literally king of the
Godzilla.
monsters.
Godzilla, man.
Man.
I haven't. I'm not like in the franchise, but just from the little bit I know, I feel like Godzilla would have to win.
Why?
Just from what I know, I don't know. He can survive a nuke. I mean,
Yeah, but he gets his ass beat by a three-headed dragon.
apes
killed that
strong
man.
and-
God.
I mean,
Only
He's
because of
like a
Mothra.
god
From
from a
space.
different universe.
Only
Yeah, he's a
from-
god from like a
He's
different
not, he's not a
galaxy,
god. He's an
dude.
alien at best.
Whatever.
The god is in
what,
his
what
name.
are any
Fucking
gods?
Godzilla
What are any
charged up and went
gods?
like,
Aliens.
Oh,
oh,
just because
here,
it's from the
bro.
sky.
Motherfuckers are like, oh.
Is Godzilla
I'm just
not a
saying,
god?
think about it.
He's
Yeah,
got
right,
him.
maybe. I don't
Kong
fucking
could
know.
beat Ghidorah. Are
What's
you
it?
kidding me?
Hey, I'm just saying. Kong?
when you guys told me
He's
he
a
gets
big
stronger
bro.
with nukes, I'm like, okay, well, how do you beat that?
He's run by
That's what
nuclear
I'm saying.
power, man.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. Like,
Hit him
how's
with a
Kong gonna
hydrogen
beat that?
bomb instead.
Did you watch Skull Island? King Kong got fucking bodied by napalm. That's like a lot cheaper
But
and
he's
a lot
smarter
like
now,
lower
man.
tier. Oh, he's smarter now. Like they gotta
Smarter.
use what missiles
I
instead of
did
napalm.
notice that he does have that axe he makes out of one of
Makes-
Godzilla's like back shards, it looks like.
Yeah,
dude,
he
he
looks
somewhat
puts
smart.
his hand up to something like he's some kind of chosen one or some bullshit.
Oh,
That's a big monkey brain, dude.
it is a
Just
big
saying.
monkey brain. He does have
Still a
thumbs
monkey
too.
brain.
He got thumbs,
Okay.
man. He's gonna
Okay.
padlock Godzilla. He's
So
gonna put a
Godzilla
padlock
can
on
survive
him.
a
He's like,
nuke.
He's a
Kong's got thumbs. All right, here we go.
There
That's
is a
what he's got
reason
going for
we are
him.
apex predators, man. You afraid of an elephant? No,
Bro,
I'm a goddamn
Godzilla
apex
just gotta,
predator.
like throw him in
There's
the water,
billions
shoot him
of
in the
us.
water.
There's
He's not
one
gonna
Kong.
swim.
Bro, there's only one
Are
Godzilla.
you afraid
too.
of a shark?
Not
Yeah,
as a
Godzilla-
human
Are you
being.
gonna survive in the water?
I don't
All
know,
right.
Kong. I don't
As
think
someone
you
who doesn't understand the franchises that much, what scenario could Kong beat Godzilla?
If he outsmarted him,
Quinn's like, nope.
you know what I'm saying?
or
I don't
hit
know,
him
man.
with that
I
big
don't
ass
know.
hammer.
There's not
If
many
he-
places
if he,
that
figured out a way of
Godzilla can
I've
go
seen-
because of how big he is.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
he's
like,
so
how you
big
gonna
and slow.
kill Godzilla? Motherfuckers
Still
trying to kill
Godzilla.
him. You can't kill him. How you gonna
Yeah,
He's
kill him?
kill-
slow too. Man, Godzilla's died plenty of times in the franchise. How you think they got Mecha Godzilla back then?
How you gonna kill him?
But
How
this
you
ain't the
kill
old shit. This is the new shit. They ain't gonna kill this
him?
Godzilla.
How?
Man,
And if they-
listen. Well, hold on.
I don't
The,
know.
the argument was because I know they're gonna partner. It's if they fight to the death.
if
And they're
they
not.
fight
They're
death-
not.
Yeah, I understand. But I
I
still
get it.
Godzilla, man. It's Godzilla.
Kong's faster.
Godzilla goes
Bro,
thermonuclear.
Godzilla
and
got
burn
to
him
do what
to
he
death.
did at the end of the last movie, where he literally turns red and
He
radiates.
goes
Just you
Does
see everything
Godzilla-
melt, bro. Literally everything melted around him at the end of that.
Does
last
Godzilla have like a
Everything.
kryptonite? Because like
That
it's like the
monkey
Batman
just,
versus
Dora's
Superman thing.
skin.
Like
Yeah, man.
Batman could beat
Godzilla-
Superman with kryptonite, but other than that, I mean,
Listen, right now, Godzilla has already almost died once. The humans had to save his ass, or he was going to hibernate for the next like 500 years or
But
whatever.
King
his
Kong
goal-
isn't anywhere near King Ghidorah, bro.
He's supposed to be much like bigger.
I
bigger
don't
thumbs.
think
About the
Kong
size
is
of
anywhere
Godzilla
near
now,
Ghidorah's
but-
level. I think Ghidorah would mop the floor
Ghidorah's-
with King Kong, bro.
So
Pick him up
if
and
Ghidorah
fly
would
up
have
to the
done
sky
what
and
he
drop
did,
his ass.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say that.
Kong
Yeah, if
wouldn't
he would have
survive
flown
that.
Kong up, Kong would have been fucked. He would have been. He couldn't have breathed
He
at all.
would've
First of all,
died.
secondly,
The fall
How
would've
can
killed him.
Godzilla survive it, but you're telling me Kong couldn't?
Got that hard ass shell, bro. He's got lizard
fucking-
skin.
he literally
Lizards
survives
have
under
bones.
in the fucking abyss
not
of
really.
the ocean, millions of
Hollow
thousands
Earth,
of fucking
Alex.
fresh.
Hollow Earth. He survives at Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Bro, Kong's been alive
The
for
Wicked
a
Witch of the
long time,
West,
too.
dog.
Skull Island.
And in Skull Island, when he's fighting those big creatures, they say that those are baby ones. So like he's been fighting big creatures his entire life.
I
Because he
understand.
says those are just the
Yeah,
babies.
big creatures.
Pseudos.
But like, those creatures aren't shooting fucking radiation beams and like nuclear
All
atomic.
them other Titans were bowing to Godzilla at the end of that movie.
And
You know what
Kong
I'm saying?
said,
like they
"Nay,"
were all like,
Kong says
Kong,
they.
Kong did. He's
'Cause
he's got an
he's smarter.
attitude. It is what it is.
fucking Godzilla took 5 minutes to come thermonuclear. Kong would be like, "Ah, shit, I'll be back, man. You do your thing. I'll come back when you're done glowing red."
Bro, see,
'Cause
that's
he's
what I'm
smarter.
saying. That's the
He's
only
smart.
way. He is way smarter. He's smarter.
He's
But
like, "Hold on, man. There's
what-
things
what
that
does
cool
he
down
do with
nukes.
that
I'm gonna go
s-
get one of those."
yeah, what does he do with the smarts? Like how
He makes a fucking
Right.
axe out of one of his things, apparently, man.
like,
Yeah.
a
just
big
'cause I'm
axe?
smarter than a tiger. If I go at a tiger with just an axe, I still don't have great chances. I might come out of that on top, but like,
Nah, man.
Whereas,
He's
like,
not
I might
lying.
win,
That makes
but-
sense. That makes
Tiger.
sense to me.
See, I'm the opposite,
I'm
man.
way
You
smart-
give me the peak physical human being versus a tiger. I'm voting the human being. He's smarter and he can
Mm.
use tools.
Depends.
They don't have to fight it right then and
This
there.
goes
He can use
back-
Just give him
tools.
an axe. Just give him an axe.
This goes back to like, is this a cage match or do they got like all the room
like
in the
how
world?
they fighting.
They literally
You're
have all the room
gonna
in the
have
world.
the
They're
Okay.
huge.
bullshit like Batman rules. You got an hour to prepare or whatever. Like
He
before
doesn't
you get
need
to fight,
preparation. He
Like,
just
he's
needs
just gonna
to
be
adapt.
like in the fort. Oh shit! There's a tiger. What are the odds?
But
Yeah,
the
but
thing
the odds
is,
there?
if it was
But
a
in
fight
that-
to the death, how would Kong even kill Godzilla?
That's
How?
what I'm saying.
Let
He,
his
all he
throat
can
with a
use is his
giant
hands
knife.
and his feet.
And an
Like,
axe.
what's he gonna do?
And a
but
gi-
like, the axe ain't gonna do shit. I feel
Slit his
against.
throat
Godzilla.
with a giant knife.
There's no way.
Sneak up
That's what I
behind
was
this
thinking
dude.
about too.
That's how it's gotta end. Just Godzilla getting his throat slit. He's,
He can make tools, man. He'll take King Ghidorah's teeth, who we
It's a
already
bold
know
move.
can
I
bite
would
his
respect- I
ass.
would
He'll
respect
take
him
his
for it,
teeth,
but-
he'll make it into a little saw fucking blade, and just like, done. You're done, Yowski, bud.
So he kills this Godzilla, and then the bigger Godzilla wakes up and kills
Yeah.
Kong. That was,
I forgot.
I mean, they're gonna partner. I'm with you. They're gonna partner up.
Always comes out.
it's gonna be
I'm
like
just
an
saying.
anime
Ow.
series on the fucking
Oh yeah, on
Netflix.
Netflix.
That's just
The
pretty
Godzilla
fucking dope.
I only got to the second one. I got like halfway through the
I
second
do
one.
love it.
It's
Me
a
and
lot of
Kyrie are
talk.
actually watching that right now. I know, but me and Kyrie are actually watching that
It is
right
cool.
now.
Oh, nice.
Man, almost two of those
From the
Mutos
second.
almost killed fucking Godzilla, and they were little compared to Godzilla.
Oh,
In
they
the first
They
Godzilla.
weren't little to him.
Alex, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just not likely.
Well, listen, it's not likely that either of them are dying. They're franchises, but
But if we're talking hypothetical, we weren't
Yeah.
talking like specifically of the movie.
Man,
because we know that neither of them died.
I'm just saying, I will take a fucking gorilla over a giant iguana any day.
Listen, there are comics where Godzilla literally fights the Greek pantheon, so that's just all I gotta say.
And I
Yeah.
thought the Greek pantheons as Kratos, and I think
All right.
Kratos.
I feel
could
like
take down-
Godzilla's
Yeah.
like
He would
Batman.
go down.
no matter
fucking
what, he's
Godzilla's
gonna win.
throat.
Like, see,
See,
that's
that's
how
not
I'm
the-
seeing it. Like, he just seems like Lizard Superman. Like there's
He is.
incantations of him where he's like literal god.
His name
like,
is
how
Godzilla.
do you beat him?
Man, he's
Like,
died
I'm-
already. In
What's
the
a
franchise.
king to a god? Kanye spoke about this.
Kanye. Yeah, you take your life advance.
Godzilla.
Kanye.
Right there. That was actually Frank Ocean who said that.
It's
It
right
was
there.
Frank Ocean.
Like,
Also, I
whatever.
will say the Mutos didn't stand a fucking chance against Godzilla at all, like one-on-one. Like they had to team up on him, and even then,
He just
you know,
went,
He just
yeah, he
tail
literally
whipped the
breathed
one
down the
bitch
one's
into the
throat.
fucking
took tore her hair.
builded,
head off.
and then the second one, he just like fire breathed out his fucking
All right.
mouth, ripped his
So-
head off.
What about
Godzilla.
Godzilla
King Kong
versus
faces faster
Ghidorah-
He
and
literally
Sarms.
stepped on Ghidorah's chest and caved that bitch in.
He needed help from Mothra.
What did Mothra do?
Mothra
She
fucking
did
gave him
powers.
nuclear powers.
He didn't give him the nuclear powers. If anything, he healed him. He didn't give him the nuclear powers.
Yeah, healed him after King Ghidorah killed him for the second time. After the
didn't
humans
die.
already
When did
healed
he
his
ever
ass the
die?
first time.
He never died though.
Going into hibernation.
Bro,
I
'cause
saw
he got
that
hit
dude
with
hide.
Batman
Ox
gets his ass
Destroyer,
kicked every story and
but-
comes back and wins. It's how it goes.
I get it. It's how the movies are
But
written.
like, who wins in the end? Who wins the war?
So
You may win the
Godzilla-
battle, but who wins the war? Godzilla always wins the war.
Godzilla tussled with Ghidorah twice, and the second time he got hit with the oxygen destroyer, and that's why he had to go in.
That is true. It was the oxygen destroyer that got him. It
Chased
wasn't
Ghidorah
Ghidorah.
down from the fucking
That's
North
true.
Pole or some shit down to wherever the
I
fuck.
forgot
Rodan
about the
was.
oxygen destroyer. That
Yeah.
fucking the humans
And
eventually
Mothra had to
fucked
come save him.
Godzilla up. But
He
yeah,
looks like the bad guy again. He could get fucked up by humans again.
but
You telling me we can fuck him up?
I mean, I don't know.
I
King
don't
Kong got bodied by napalm. That's a
We
little
do
bit.
got
That's a little
thumbs.
bit lower down. I think.
He ran from napalm. He said, "Fuck this," because he's smart.
King Kong almost got killed by Samuel L. Jackson.
You know
He
what?
had to have help from.
They
other
did have
humans
him.
to
They did
defeat
have him. They got him
Samuel L.
drugged up.
Jackson.
Y'all still talking Godzilla?
Yeah, he was way smaller too.
We were
He was
saying
only
that
like,
Samuel L. Jackson almost killed King Kong.
dude, he's supposed to be like almost like 200 and some feet in this, dude. He's like
Just like
240.
Look
now,
at
Godzilla got hit by a nuke
Dope
back in the
drawing.
40s and he was fucking with it, or not the 40s.
Look
I
at
think it
this
was like
dope
the 50s,
drawing
60s.
that my son did of a Muto. Do you
I
see
can
it?
see
Damn.
I can barely see it, but it looks dope.
Yeah, you're a little blurry,
You see
Vernon.
it? Fuck!
Yeah.
Goddamn!
Tries
He's rendering.
No!
David and
He's rendering
Rejoining.
the video. That's exactly what's happening.
Oh, that's what you did.
He fucked up, Vernon.
Learned your lesson.
What do you mean?
You're glitching.
You rendering?
No.
It was a
What are you talking
convincing.
about? Oh, I'm uploading. I'm
Oh, you're
uploading the
uploading.
audio
Oh.
version and the video version right now.
Yeah,
That
dude.
problem.
Do it.
Lots of
Look.
bandwidth.
You look like a pixelized mess.
Yeah, your camera's been acting up this whole time. I didn't want to say anything.
I don't want to be rude.
But we can change
Because I'm
subject.
uploading shit.
Alex is rooting for Kong.
I'm not.
We're all-
Whoa, I'm not. I'm wearing my Godzilla shirt right now. I'm not rooting.
After all this, I'm not rooting for Kong.
I'm just
After all
saying.
this,
So what's
you're
their
wearing a
point?
Godzilla
Alex
shirt?
says if
It was an
I
interesting
support both
topic. I'm not
teams-
trying to
I
have
know,
like
but I'm
a
saying,
debate.
but like you were saying in the side of Godzilla, but you're actually rooting. I mean, it's for the side of King Kong, but you're actually rooting.
I think fanboys aside, because I'm definitely more of a fanboy towards Godzilla. I think fanboys aside, I would take intelligence over bronze. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. He's a
I don't
monkey.
know about it in this.
Monkeys are
situation.
smart.
Apes strong together.
Ape strong and smart.
Oh,
That's a good remake.
that's a good remake.
I didn't watch the second or third
Planet of
one.
the Apes. That's why I have faith in the new Batman. Is because it was
Better than
Matt
the
Reeves.
original? I really like the original.
I didn't say it was better than the original. I was
Okay.
just saying that makes me excited for the new Batman because of
I'm
Matt
excited
Reeves.
for that. Yo, I saw the
But I really liked him.
funniest meme with the Batman thing. It's that whole scene where he's whooping that dude's ass, and it's
Mhm.
like that is like real brutal. And he gets somebody, he's like, recycle. It's fun. It's like
But
crap.
to answer your question that you said about the original, I don't think it's better than the original, but the original is slow as shit.
Yeah, it's an old movie.
It's slow as shit,
Yeah.
but it is really good. Especially like you watch it just for the scene alone, where he's like, "That you did it, you actually did it, you blew it up, damn you!" Classic, amazing.
Classic.
That is a good remake though that Matt Reeves did. I didn't see the third one though. I watched the first two.
I own those are movies that I own that I've never seen the second or the third one. I own them all. I bought a
Yeah.
collector's edition.
I heard the
just
third one was
bought it.
really good too. I
Yeah.
like the second one a lot though. Second one's better than the first one.
One day I'll get around to it. It's one of those movies I see on my shelf all the time where I'm like, man, I really got to watch those.
And today is not that day.
Today's not that day.
Not today.
Not today.
It has to be a day that I think Marissa is going to find any kind of interest in it. You know, like you get like it's just sweet spots sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
forced her through like 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z this week, so like I pulled my quota for like 2 months. Okay,
Oh man.
she ain't watching shit with me for that. I'm gonna be watching Teen Mom and 600-Pound Life for like the next
Man, I
year
really wish
because
I
she
could
had to watch
Dragon Ball Z right now.
because she had to watch 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
You got 131 episodes. It's not that bad.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to watch them alone. Just I
Well,
have to watch.
if you skip the movies, it's only like 100.
I didn't. I'm not
Ah.
skipping them.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Oh, you're in
watch-
for a rough ride in the
watch it
Frieza
straight through.
spot. It's
But Frieza's my fave, man.
but the animation sucks.
It's fine,
It looks like poop.
man. I watch animation that sucks all the time.
It's really bad, dude. It's really bad.
Man, you ever watch the Flintstones?
It's that bad though. They have reused animation throughout the
Hell
whole
yeah,
thing.
man. That's hilarious. You ever watch Scooby Doo? It's like 5 frames
Yeah,
and
that's
tells
in
the
the
whole
60s.
story.
Because they were
forgivable.
hand drawing that shit.
Actually,
man.
Super is hand drawn. It is.
Is it?
hmm
I didn't
Most
know.
anime is.
Most of that classic
Really?
anime style is hand
I
drawn.
thought they were at least like drawing it through digitally
Well,
now.
Yeah, it's not cell shaded.
Yeah, it's a
not
little
like-
different. It's
but-
not like you're fucking actually like
but they're not. Yeah, they're
drawing.
not, like drawing. Yeah,
But Hanna-Barbera, to be fair, people were pissed because it's hand drawn, but they like they were like, it takes you a year to hand draw every frame where we're gonna reuse frames. And classic animators like,
Mhm.
this is lazy, and they were like, we're gonna pump out 700
Yeah.
cartoons and we're gonna own the whole Saturday morning block.
amazing.
Like we're gonna
amazing.
own everything.
Looney
dude.
Tunes did it too.
Yeah.
You
Well,
like the
Looney
Looney-
Tunes what adapted to it. Originally they were
Mhm.
like every
Yeah.
frame you gotta draw.
which
and
just
then-
makes sense. I mean, things like a background. Who cares? You know, like who cares if you see the same house pass by you 3 times? Like,
Well, I mean,
That's what was great about Tom and Jerry, bro. You can just have like the same damn backgrounds or whatever. You just got them doing
it's
different
actually
shit.
there's a great documentary. I'll have to see what it's called about like how hated Hanna-Barbera animation was, like on how much of a dent it put on the animation world. Where it seems
Really?
it seems so standard now, like, oh yeah, of course you would do that. But like back then, people are like appalled by it. Just like you're just taking shortcuts, you know? Like how
Everybody
could you
else in the cartoon industry is
Exactly.
Just like,
How
fuck
could you-
Hannah and fuck Barbera.
do that?
is there no honor in drawing cartoons anymore?
Dude, at a time, like probably 90% of cartoons on TV were Hanna-Barbera. Like they owned
Yeah.
everything.
Dominated. I
Like,
mean, up until the '90s, they dominated.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean,
dude.
all the like old Cartoon Network shows were Hanna-Barbera. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where where
Boomerang
people like
is
Conan and
Boomerang, yeah, I was gonna say
Seth
Boomerang
MacFarlane,
is
they all got
Hanna-Barbera.
their start at Hanna-Barbera.
Hell yeah,
Like-
man. They ran it.
Yeah.
I mean, just like
That's our childhood is Hanna-Barbera,
Mhm.
man.
oh, Scooby-Doo and shit's like one of
Mhm.
like, I'm tattooed on me. Like I love Scooby-Doo and
All
stuff,
them damn
man.
shows, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they were super hated because of how like lazy they were. I personally, I'm with you guys. I think it's
Today,
innovative.
yeah, think of it now, it's just practical. But
It's innovative,
I get
man.
it, I guess.
Kids
Like,
show. Disney
Mm.
spent 6 years, 10 years between each animated film, and they were just
Imagine
like
like when the
hand-drawn.
fucking South Park dude started out, when they were actually doing the fucking
Like, it takes you idiots
Like,
a
having to
month
put
to make an
everything
episode.
together.
We're gonna get this shit done in like 3 days and then redo it because we didn't like it.
Is this Yogi?
Hey, yo, boo.
Yellowstone, Jellystone. Listen, again, I just saw E and J on there. That's Yogi.
Ah, Yogi.
I can recognize that from anywhere. That's a terrible movie. I'm super glad
I
that
didn't see
trend's
that
dying out of like
Oh,
remaking
yeah.
old cartoons like that. I'm super glad
Yeah.
that died out.
I will say I'm glad they did Sonic, and I'm glad what they did.
Sure,
Like,
I didn't see
Sonic
the
was good.
Sonic one.
redo it. I didn't watch it, but I want to. I would have seen it in
Um,
theaters if COVID wouldn't have fucking happened. But
Pikachu was good. Detective Pikachu was
I
good.
didn't see
like
that
that,
one
yeah,
yet.
Detective
I have it,
Pikachu.
but I haven't even watched it yet.
It was good.
I
But,
remember
like-
watching like the Flintstones back in the days,
I remember
like the
that.
live action Flintstones.
John
Oh, yeah.
Goodman, and
Yeah.
that was a
John
powerhouse
Goodman.
of actors too.
And the second one had Robert Baratheon as Fred Flintstone.
But it was terrible. The second one is not good.
Oh, it's not good. It's the Las
Yeah.
Vegas one.
Yeah. That one's not good.
That has
First one's
Holly
good.
Berry in it though. That's the only good thing about it.
She's in the first one too, I thought, right? No, she
Uh,
might just be in the second
I
one.
thought it was just the second one.
She might be, you're right.
But yeah, I
I
mean,
love
the
the
first
hot
one
second
at least had some good qualities to it. It was a little memorable, but
I like
Yeah,
the old
no.
stuff with like the really hokey practical effects stuff
Mhm.
that they do. I love that shit. I live for that. I don't even care if it looks bad. Gremlins
I
2.
heard
Dude, Gremlins 2 is a
Gremlin-
piece of the time. It's
It
hilarious.
is so good. That movie is way better than it has to be.
Yeah.
And like when you look into it, like the amount of money they spent on that movie, it's stupid. Like I don't remember who made it, but like he didn't want to make it. They had to really convince
They
him to
just
make
threw
it.
shit
and,
out.
and they threw a ton of money at him, and he was like, "Fine, give me all your fucking money, and I'll make this ridiculous movie." And
Dude,
he
Have
did.
you ever
and it's
seen
so
the
good.
Key and Peele skit about it?
Yes,
It's
I love
one
it.
of the funniest skits ever, dude.
Yes, it's so good.
It's so, but he's like, all right, you just throw an idea and we're not gonna make it. And he's like, can we have an electric gremlin? He's like, you mean a little gremlin that flies around, a little bolt of electricity? Not only do I love it, it is in the movie. And he's like, can we have Hulk Hogan in it? You mean the Hulkster, big man? He gonna interrupt the move? Love it in the movie. Wrap it up. Let's go.
I love that.
Just like throwing all this ridiculous shit at the wall, and he's
They
like,
literally
in,
stop the movie just so Hulk Hogan could be like,
can interrupt.
"Listen
it.
up, Remsters. You're gonna put the movie back on."
They totally do.
What
about a female
And then
gremlin?
you have on the opposite end Rocky and Bullwinkle, which was
See,
garbage,
terrible.
bro.
That's
Movie was so
one
bad.
of the ones. It's got some Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like Garfield, I think is terrible. Both of them terrible. Yogi
Garfield.
Bear terrible. Any Scooby Doo, probably even the first one even leans a little closer to the terrible
Yeah.
spectrum.
It's bad,
Yeah.
but I like it.
I agree.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Yeah, it's
nostalgia
bad but
more
good.
than
The second one
anything.
isn't great at all,
It's-
though.
No, terrible after that. Oh, I'm sure there's a ton of them, man. I'm sure there's ones I didn't even bother trying to watch,
Yeah, I'm sure there's like unmade, like ones that I haven't watched or even haven't heard of that have been out. Popeye, I haven't seen, but that like
No.
Robin Williams is Popeye.
That's not that bad.
That's a
yeah.
good movie.
That's not that bad.
I haven't seen that one.
He-Man?
Kind of He-Man with Dolph Lundgren. I didn't see
Yeah.
that one either.
That's
And then
pretty
there's
bad.
like G.I. Joe or Street Fighter,
Oh, G.I. Joe's terrible.
What do you think a live action?
Transformers.
Captain
Got all those
Planet would
Transformer
go.
movies.
I'm sorry.
Bro,
Evan.
they should make a Captain Planet movie.
Live
They
action
should.
Captain Planet.
I think they should make it with Don Cheadle. Alvin
Yeah,
and the
just like that
Chipmunks.
video. Oh my God, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Don Cheadle.
Don
Oh
Cheadle,
my God.
Captain Planet. He's a hero.
You should
The
be.
video is so funny. That like that's sort of Funny or Die video. I think.
Yeah. Yo, did you know Bruce Willis was in fucking G.I. Joe?
I didn't. That doesn't surprise
I knew like
me.
Channing Tatum was in it, wasn't he?
Oh, Dudley Do-Right. That was terrible.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. George of the Jungle's good, though. That's a good movie.
Yeah, George of the
I like
Jungle.
George of the
That's a movie. I haven't seen it forever, dude.
We could do a review
Casper's
on
good.
that.
That's a
Fraser.
movie I used to watch as a kid. Was George of the Jungle?
George of the Jungle and the Flintstones were like right beside each other on my
Yeah,
VHS
Dude,
stand.
Casper's pretty good. I'd watch Casper.
Casper. I remember Casper got sad, and that's why I didn't like it. 'Cause he got sad. Yeah.
He
He's
just
a
comes up.
ghost.
He's like, Casper's
He's dead.
sad, man.
I no,
The
there's
kid
just like,
died.
for some reason like those old types of movies. I just remember as a kid, I'm just like, oh, okay, like. I remember there was bits and pieces, but Casper wasn't one I really like loved as a kid. I don't know. It had some funny parts, but it didn't like really hook me.
Nah, I like Christina Ricci in it. She cracked me up.
Yeah, I like her better in Addams Family.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Adam's Family's great.
Addams Family, like both those movies are good. I like both of those.
Dude, the new one actually isn't too terrible.
I didn't see that one.
It's not too terrible. Yeah, there's a gem of
animated, isn't it?
movie. Yeah, it's animated. It's got like Snoop Dogg and shit in it.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Dude, I actually remember Josie and the Pussycats too. I remember that.
I was gonna
don't-
say Josie and the Pussycats. I
I
remember.
don't think that was that bad actually.
I didn't see it, but I remember they made it.
They made a Boris and Natasha movie, just the villains of
What?
Rocky and Bullwinkler.
They should make a Magic School Bus movie, man.
Dope. Yeah.
Make it wild.
Make it wild. Make him
Make it
go into
wild.
a human.
Oh,
They've done that.
Yeah,
I know. One of that. That's the episode I want
Let's
to
do
read
it.
it.
gotta do it.
Who would you cast as like what's her name?
Emma
Was it-
Stone. Miss Frizzle.
She
Emma
gotta
fucking
be a
Stone.
little older though. I
Nah,
would
fuck
think.
it. Doesn't matter. She gonna play Cruella DeVille, man.
Reba McEntire.
Reba
McEntire.
No, she gonna be talking to me with that southern drawl. I don't want it.
Yeah, no, that won't work.
No,
I was gonna say maybe like Tina Fey or so, or like Amy Poehler or something.
Nah, man. Emma Stone. She gonna be Cruella DeVille, and I'm pretty excited for her to be Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, she looks cool as Cruella.
She
DeVille.
looks cool as Cruella, man. I'm trying to think of like an actress with frizzy hair like that.
Just one with frizzy hair. That's the
Just an-
only criteria.
I
is
think
frizzy
I
hair.
think they could make the hair frizzy. They don't have to have frizzy
Nah,
hair.
man, you
Yeah,
can't
like-
fake frizzy hair. You're born with it or you're not born with
I
it.
don't think Emma Stone has frizzy
She
hair.
doesn't. That was just one I threw out there.
I mean, they make hairspray. I mean, they could do it.
Hairspray doesn't
They
make
could
your
do it.
hair
They could make it happen.
frizzy.
It'll be tough, but they could do it, Alex.
Oh, Anne Hathaway's got some pretty frizzy hair, man. She could do it.
I feel like
I'm not saying it negatively.
you just
So we
looking
got
up people that have
Don
frizzy hair.
Cheadle as Captain Planet, and then like Emma Stone or Anne Hathaway as Miss Frizzle. Or,
Julia Roberts, red hair and big poofy frizzy.
she
hair.
hasn't done anything in a while. That'll
Yeah,
be her
man.
comeback movie. Is Magic
She
School
could do
Bus.
it.
As
I,
Miss
I
Frizzle.
can see
Fucking
it.
school
Boom.
bus. Boom.
Put it on the poster.
Put it-
Julia Roberts.
Boom.
Sold. You go to a studio and tell them that. Boom. Sold.
So, get her out of
they'll- they'll
retirement.
to Netflix, they'll do it.
You have to pay her way too much money to do Miss fucking Frizzle.
Next, we get Johnny Bravo with John Cena.
All right, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'd watch
I'm
it.
with that.
I'd watch it.
Or if they have the budget, The Rock. He's in everything nowadays. Throw The Rock in there.
I can
Fuck
see The Rock as Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo would never happen these days.
Yeah,
That's true.
Way too
Oh
much.
baby.
Oh,
He always
can't.
gets shit on, but
Oh,
Cancel.
dude,
happen.
cancel culture
It
would
would
have
get
a
canceled
fucking
before.
field day
It'd
with
get
Johnny
canceled in
Bravo.
production.
Yeah. I just
Speaking-
think it's just
Speaking of cancel culture, and I'm not going for it or against it here, but what I saw Disney did something. I don't know if you guys had any interest in it. Like, did you see that they edited Lady and the Tramp when they put it on Disney Plus? They took out the whole Mia Siamese song from the two cats.
Oh, yeah. the
probably
cat.
not a bad idea.
Fine.
Not a bad idea.
I get it. It's a very insensitive song for the time for now. But it wasn't. I mean, it was different back then. We all
No, it
that's
was
how
still
was.
insensitive then. It's just it was okay then.
Yeah, exactly.
People didn't
But-
care. That's the
People
thing.
didn't care as much.
Just because one people's opinion different at the time doesn't mean it was any less insensitive at the time. You know what I
Bro,
mean? Like,
Over Christmas, I watched Christmas Story, and at the very end where they go to the Chinese restaurant, I it's been like I was like, bro, this is a little rough here at the end. This is a little rough.
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
so what Disney did is they blocked it from kids' accounts, and you can only do it on adult accounts now. Like you can only
Oh,
watch
really?
those movies on like adult accounts. Anything with like insensitive or things like that, you can only
Okay.
watch them on adult
I
accounts.
know they have like warnings on them now because I think they have one on Dumbo as well about like the crows because like the crows have like I don't know like what it
Listen,
specifically represents, but yeah, they have like a warning on it about their
yeah, Aladdin is on it. Marissa's telling me Aladdin because
Aladdin for what?
they don't it's not sensitive towards that culture, man, because it's the same kind of stuff, man. It's not such sort of like Arabian culture.
Arabian
Like,
Nights.
it's
Yeah,
a stereotype of Arabian culture, man.
I can
They
understand.
literally talk about cutting off your ear or some shit, or
Let that shit happen, man. Like
Yeah.
yeah, but
it's
It
listen,
has Robin Williams in it.
I'm not again not here for cancel culture, which is fine, but like jokes can push the boundary. It's fine. I understand it's a
Yeah.
dick. Like you're still a dick. That doesn't make it a
Yeah.
dick, but it doesn't make it like oh my god, you're the devil.
I don't
just
know if
like
it's cancel culture so much as it's like I don't know. It's more of a sensitivity thing. I mean,
well, no, I think
don't know.
cancel
More of
culture.
like your point. Like, do the kids need to be seeing this
Sure.
as they grow up?
I'm saying I like it what they did. I think to have it as an
You can
adult
have it both
thing
ways.
Mhm.
is you can have it a little both ways. Where you're right, I don't want my kids going through and just finding all
Still
this stuff.
freedom of speech. People can still watch it if they want to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, Disney doesn't have to honor freedom of speech because they're a
They
private.
don't because
Fuck
it
you.
is exactly,
Yeah, they're fucking-
exactly. But still,
I don't know. I like the best of both worlds here. You know, I understand it's not right, but you know, Richard Pryor, fucking any comedian back in those days, it wasn't right, man. None of that shit would fly today. None of that shit. They'd be like,
People
no,
were ripping Eddie Murphy a couple like years ago because of Raw. The
yeah,
shit he
man.
talked about in Raw. Like
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago, they ripping him about that shit. Like, bro, it was a
but
comedy
you
special.
generally got little kids watching that shit on Disney.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
but
not
that's
meant
the
for
point.
kids.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I saw Raw as a kid.
I did too.
it's not like they marketed it to you.
They didn't market to me. Yeah, you're right. But
They would have
I don't know.
back then, though.
They probably would have. Yeah, honestly,
Did you want to see this dude high on cocaine tell jokes?
Shit,
Come on.
shit
In a
that
cool leather suit.
PG-13, PG or PG-13 would have been R nowadays. You know,
Yeah. Well, I don't think I have to look it up, but I don't think they even incorporated R until like the 80s or
that's-
90s.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
PG-13 was the highest.
PG-13 was really new.
Well, I think no, they didn't. No, it was PG-13. They
yeah,
didn't incorporate.
it was like either
Till
PG
90s.
or R. There was no like in between.
Because I remember Spaceballs was PG, and they were dropping
Yeah.
F-bombs and saying shit and stuff in it. There was another one that like I was like, holy shit, how is this PG? I forget what it was, but yeah,
Mhm. A lot of the
favorite
older
thing
movies
is-
are PG.
I think Jaws was PG.
Dude, Samuel L. Jackson squeezed the F word into fucking Miss Marvel or whatever it is. He says it right at the end, dude.
Well,
And
yeah,
that's
I
PG.
think
He doesn't say it,
PG-13 movies are allowed one F-bomb.
They
I
are
think-
PG-13 movies that are allowed one
PG
F-bomb.
yeah.
They're allowed one
that's-
F-bomb.
That's like the unwritten rule. Like they're allowed
Yeah.
their one chance and they got to make it
You only
right.
get one.
Yeah, like if your
Make
kid hears
good-
it once, you can cover his ears real quick, you know?
Like,
Like, we can get
hear
it.
worse shit,
Just
or
one
we'll
time.
hear worse shit.
Yeah.
I think it was
Honestly,
really
but, like,
weird.
it's still like trying to keep the citizens.
I remember it was Scary Movie 3 was the first one that went from R to PG-13. And I remember specifically their one F-bomb that they dropped in that movie was so like in your face. Like it wasn't like a hidden F-bomb or anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It was the scene where the kid like threw all these pencils and Brenda's like, now who the fuck did that? And like she like
Oh,
yells
yeah.
out.
It's like at the end. It's like at the end of the scene where they
Yeah.
back out, and as soon as the door closes, you see the crayons.
Yeah.
that are-
But
Yeah,
like
movie is
I know.
actually
I know
hilarious.
exactly. What
I
you're talking
found
about.
it weird though. Why they went from like Scary Movie 1 and
Who
2
the
that were
fuck
like
did that?
total R rated, and then they like took it down to PG-13. I'm like, I wonder why they did that. Like
Yeah,
just to get more viewers. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
why they make everything. That's why it's
I
such
think
a
they got
hard.
more dumb too. Like I know it was already stupid comedy, but I think they
Yeah.
were just like trying too hard in the later movies.
Scary
'Cause
Movie
they
3
didn't
was
have to
actually
keep
the
it.
first one I watched, so
Really,
I have
Oh,
a
I saw
fondness
the
for
first
that one. I know it's not the best, but I just have a
I
fondness
like
for
the
it.
first
Second's
two,
the
man.
best.
Yeah, the first two are amazing.
Second's the best for me. I
The
love that
second
movie.
seems to be everyone's
I like
favorite.
them both equally.
Yeah, I like them both. I like the third
I
one
like
even.
three a
Third one's
lot,
fine.
to be honest.
fourth
It
one
is
got
dumb,
dumb.
but like that's what you go into it expecting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, again, they take it to PG-13 because it hits a wider audience than you can,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
That's why they made Alien versus Predator PG-13.
Exactly. It's why they make like Wolverine movies when he should be like gutting people, you know, like they make those
Yeah.
PG-13, you
Mhm.
know. Like this dude
Now they
chopped that guy's arm.
realize that, like, wait a minute, we could make R-rated movies that sell. Like Logan and Deadpool and their fucking Justice League is now rated R. The Snyder Cut's rated R.
I saw, yeah.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
Snyder Cut.
It's not like
now
it's
being an R-rated
NC-17. I mean, most 15-year-olds aren't going to the movie theaters by themselves anyway, so get a
Well, I
parent.
think
Yeah,
the
a
push
lot of things got lax now, though. A lot of things that were considered NC-17 are just R rating now.
Yeah.
I
but
think the
It's
push
a lot relaxed.
originally to that got it so like hell bent on that was that parents weren't doing their due diligence, and like
yeah.
you see a superhero movie and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna send my kid to see Deadpool. You know, it's a Marvel movie. You know,
Yeah.
like it's Spider-Man but with swords. You know,
How bad
and
can
then
it be? It's Marvel,
exactly.
man.
Marvel
Could
wouldn't do
be.
that to my child.
Kid
So-
comes home saying, like, fuck this, fuck that.
we had this shift of where like movie theaters and movie studios were held responsible for this, and parents were freaking out and people were freaking out, and I think it's shifting back the other way where they're just like, you know what,
Which it should.
Like,
yeah.
like do
Bro,
your due diligence,
Parents and
man.
children.
I'm going to
Yeah,
take this
parents,
back to
children.
Raw. Take it back to
Exactly.
Eddie Murphy, where he's like the Cosby shit, where he's like, Dad, I went to the show and he was saying some things and he said this and said that.
Exactly.
Filth,
Man.
flar, and filth.
Filth, flar, and filth. You know,
You can't say fuck.
you can't say fuck. Eddie Murphy, man, he needs to make a comeback. I'll take a role.
Yeah, man. Like, I totally agree, though. Like, it's just a new time now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially now, like, they saw the success of Deadpool and, like, Logan was fucking huge.
Yeah,
at the time.
Deadpool's the
So,
number
like-
one R-selling movie of all time. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
yeah, Deadpool. So I'm like, we're going to be seeing a lot more of them here soon, I'm sure. Like, just not Deadpool in general, but, like, those kind of movies, R-rated, like, superhero movies or
Maybe,
just
like Blade.
Marvel movies. Yeah, Blade.
Oh,
I think that should definitely be rated R.
Well, I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, you got these people with like crazy powers punching and hitting each other. Like, there should be some blood and some like guts and gore and like.
Speaking
you know,
of
like,
Blade,
what
I'm sure that
happened?
movie doesn't really, like,
You
Nope,
tell me
holds up
Superman
fine.
doesn't punch someone.
Think
and
it
the head
holds
doesn't
up
come off
fine?
once
I
in
I
a
just
while.
watched it like a year ago. Holds up just
I
fine.
feel like some CGI would probably look bad.
No, I'll tell you the truth. The second one is where it gets worse. They use a lot of practical effects in the
Really?
first one, so it's not too bad. The second Blade, when he's like getting thrown through those walls and he's running on
I
the wall and
remember
shit, that's when it gets
fight that he
bad.
has in the hangar, it was all CGI and it looks terrible. In that
Yeah.
second one,
That's
Yeah.
what. And not that it's not a good movie. I'm not saying that, but like the first one, it must have had a smaller budget, so it's not as reliant on like those crazy CG
Yeah.
shots.
yeah,
Where like the second one got a much bigger budget, so it's just like
Guillermo del
crazy
Toro
CG shots.
came in.
Exactly.
I feel like they used a lot of practical effects in the second one too, though.
they
'cause
did, but they really
Guillermo
went out
loves
there
that
with
shit.
CG.
It's not
Okay.
even the creatures look still good. The creatures look fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the action scenes. Again, there is a scene, man, where it's obviously him getting yanked up, and like originally it's him on wires, and you can obviously tell where it's just a CG person running at you at one point. You know,
Yeah.
like they could have just kept him on wires the entire time. But Blade, fucking what Denzel or Wesley Snipes, like, nope, I'm done. That's it.
I
Do
love
the
those
rest.
two movies, though.
I
I
like-
should watch those.
I even like the third one for as stupid and dumb as
I
it is.
haven't
Not
seen
it's
that
good.
one in a while, so I can't judge
Fine.
it.
I
Since I
actually-
watched it, but I remember the first two fondly, and I
I-
love them.
The third one, the best scene is when Ryan Reynolds is in that torture chair and he's picking on the girl. Like it's still funny to this day. Like
Because Wesley Snipes is a bad motherfucker. And
that motherfucker who can't pay
He's
his
just like-
tax.
and he's in real life too. But in the movies, he's awesome. He's fucking up them vampires. And he's just like, I don't know. He just has some cool ass like one-liners too.
It's a good movie. They are good movies. This is a good trilogy right there, and they have an anime too, which is actually pretty good. I own that too.
Isn't
I didn't see
Norman
the
Reedus
anime.
in the
I
second
did see
one?
like
Who?
what was that?
Is Norman Reedus in the second one?
And Ron Perlman.
I know Ron Perlman's in it because he's in every Guillermo thing.
Yeah, he plays a dickhead in that movie. He's
Yeah,
like
he's
the bald
awful.
dude. They sticks the bomb on the back of his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Can you blush?
Yeah, you asked.
And-
Can you? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a cool movie. That one was really good. That's a movie that I would say like the second one's probably better than the first one.
I watched
Oh, see,
Alien
I disagree.
Resurrection the other day, and I gotta say,
Resurrection.
It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
it's not that bad. Yeah,
It's
it's a
not that
fun
bad.
sci-fi
I like it
movie.
better than the third one.
Me too.
I'm up in the air with that one. Like
I like it
I
better
like
than the
it
third
more, I think, as a standalone thing, but I think the third one has more of a like Alien 1 kind of vibe, but it's also really
Yeah.
messy. Doesn't really work
Yeah,
too
it's
well.
pretty messy.
It's messy. And I like Aliens better than I like Alien. So I
Uh,
like
See,
Alien.
that's where
Well,
you
I know we differ.
I like Alien better than Aliens.
Yeah.
I love Aliens. Don't get me
James
wrong.
Cameron
I like Alien better.
raised the bar.
He's
Raise the
good.
bar. It's
He
just,
did.
and I just grew up with Aliens. It's just more nostalgia
Yeah.
for me. Not that I didn't see Alien as a
completely
kid.
different movies. Like they're
Yeah.
just they have a
Completely
whole different tone.
Even
Yeah.
Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, completely different movies.
Oh yeah.
Like, they
But I
did.
like Terminator 2 better.
Same way in a same like style too. Like the first Terminator is like
It's
a
a kind
very
of a horror movie.
slow kind of a horror movie. Second one is fucking balls out. And I agree. And with that one, the second one is definitely the best in Terminator. So
Yeah.
that movie is amazing. Terminator T2.
E2 is great.
That movie is great.
Great.
Great
That's
movie.
a good movie.
That's a good movie right
That's
there.
a classic.
That is a classic. I could watch that movie anytime, man. Arnold.
Oh, nude. I actually, one of my stocks to roll into your guys' GME stock here.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about GME.
One of my stocks on thing is this brand called Genius, and basically they own the rest of Stan Lee's stuff, and they're like starting this cartoon company, and they just have Arnold is doing this cartoon. It's like kindergarten cop mixed with like superheroes kind of, and like Arnold's supplying his voice and his character likeness, and they're making a cartoon on it. So I'm like super excited for it. It's one of the companies I invest
It's
in.
not a tumor.
Basically, man, I'm pretty excited for it. Like I get all the updates, and like because I'm a stockholder, I can do like the shareholder meetings and stuff, and they talk about these things, and I'm like, oh, all right. Like I read up on all this because I get like emails and stuff because I subscribe to their shareholders emails. I get all these emails from it. I'm like, all right.
You're like one of like the 3 people that read the shareholders meeting notes.
Dude, I'm all about
Like,
the
oh,
shareholders.
this is pretty good. This is all right.
Dude, out of the 4 companies I invest in, I've been on 3 of the shareholder meetings calls for 3 of the different companies, dude. That's my problem with stocks. And listen, I've been doing really well in
Alex is
stocks.
just in the boardroom with these dudes.
But,
just
like-
I own part of this shit.
Dude,
Like, let me
I'm-
talk to the CEO. I got a question
I'm
for him.
invested.
I got
in
questions.
stocks.
I own part of this company
I
too.
own part of this company.
Dude, and the one share, I own like 33,000 shares of that bitch. You better let me in there. I own a ton
Better.
of shares, dude. But I fall in love with the companies, which is my problem.
Yeah.
Like, I need to sell sometimes, and I'm like, no, I love them. Like, I can't get rid of Genius. They're gonna make like a new Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fucking
I own
I have
part
a
of this
dumb
company. I
stock
can't let it
question
go.
that maybe you can answer.
okay.
What determines how many shares a company has? Can you just fucking make as many shares as you want for
I
a
think it's the
company and just
company.
like
Yeah,
company-
basically.
They can create
Because
shares.
you can split it. Like if you want more, you can split it. You can buy more. Like you can buy more. Like not buy more, but you can make it a subsidiary of a new company. So basically, they get to decide whatever they want. You know, because some have billions of shares, some have
okay.
It's like
So
kinda think
anybody
like-
that's watching now, you can invest in Squad Pod or Waves Incorporated.
No,
buy
we
a
have to
couple
be an
shares.
we have to be an LLC. We have to.
Oh,
we have to actually
fucking
make a
Waves
business.
Media LLC. You can
Why
buy a
like
couple
just send it
shares.
to us anyway? We'll figure out the details later.
We'll figure out the details later. You own like 1%, 2% of the
Once you go public, it really is determined on how much the share, like the majority shareholders, are willing to split their shares.
Yeah.
So like if like we owned a company and we did go public and we all owned, I'm just gonna, no offense, Quentin, but I'm just gonna make it even and do a 25% like
Quentin's
split
like,
here
"Oh,
between the
fuck
4
you,
of
dude."
us. Okay, and we said, okay, we're gonna go public with this. How many of those shares are you gonna go public with? You know, are you comfortable with and say we're worth $100? Are you comfortable with your share only being worth $25? or do you want 25 shares worth $1, or do you want 1,000,000 shares worth a penny, like, and so on and so forth? You know, like, how much are you willing to split what your
I
company
got
is
you.
worth? Like,
Yeah, like
into
Apple was
shares?
worth about $400 a share, and they split it, and now it's
Yeah.
worth like $1 or $100 a share. But I mean,
Yeah.
you get the same amount of shares. So like, if you own 20% of the company and you
You
held
still own.
a million shares, now you own 4 million shares. It's still worth the same amount of money, but now they
Yeah.
have more
But
shares
it
that they can
adjusts
work
more.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I got you.
volume's higher.
yeah. But yeah,
So,
that's
See, I learned something tonight.
dude. I've been learning a lot.
Learn
dude, I've been doing the stocks even before
knowing is half the
CME
battle.
stuff, man. I'm up on stock. I'm
I was
killing
playing
it
on
right now.
Robinhood. Now all my money's in freaking Dogecoin and AMC.
All right, listen. Since
I was-
he taught you something, I want somebody to explain to me what the fuck cryptocurrency is.
Okay, I can explain this to you. Actually,
All right,
I looked
and
this up.
Useless.
Oh, I
I-
looked it up
It's
too,
used
and
for
I
drugs.
still
know.
don't get it.
Okay,
It's
so
even more useless than regular money.
all
I
right,
don't get it either.
we're getting into this part of the episode. I'm just gonna say it now. None of this is financial advice.
Yeah, none of this is financial
Don't
advice.
listen to us.
anything that we have to say. Don't do anything that we say.
You will have better luck scrolling
Warning.
through Wall Street Bets than listening to what we're about to say, because we are literal
Stock twins.
dumbs with this.
By
They
the way,
definitely are-
GameStop as
are
of right
working
now
around a
is
lot
down
on there.
to GameStop has fallen to $88 a share.
Still
Damn.
going. Still
Can't
good.
hold it.
Still good.
Still
Diamond
better
into
than it
that.
was.
Diamond
88
into
bucks ain't that bad.
I'll
If
get to
AMC
that.
dropped to 8, so
If
I
they
lost
can
money on that
fluctuate-
share that I have of AMC. But I'm gonna hold it. I'm
I'm
holding
holding
the
it.
line.
Yeah.
That's
Hold.
what you're supposed to do, man.
Hold the
Hold.
line.
Hold the
You see
line,
these
man.
hands? Made of diamonds.
Diamond hands.
I have been debating on getting rid of my Doge because
Yeah.
I don't know how far that's
It's
gonna
not
go.
do much.
But I was gonna keep the AMC share that I have.
So, Alex, think of so cryptocurrency, it's created off of what they call a blockchain. So,
I know. I get.
so you
go
got that. Okay.
No, I know how it works. I just. All right, before you get to
Yeah. What?
before we get too involved, I understand, and they're picking formulas
Mhm.
from the blockchain, and they mine these formulas,
Yeah.
and that's how they get. Like, I get all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mining Dogecoin.
what does that formula like? What does it like? What does that formula do? Like, I understand
It
that you
does
solved
nothing.
it and
It
they
does
paid you
nothing.
this money.
Yes.
But who's backing this money? What are these formulas used for?
It's
That
not-
like you did a survey, you did
Okay.
a service, and they're paying you for it.
Okay. So think of money. You have a $20 bill.
Got it.
Okay. That bill is worthless if
But it's backed by dollars.
it's
Or
backed
by
because
gold.
the government says that bill is worth whatever we say it's worth. So cryptocurrency is the same way. They're giving you this currency, 1, 12, 100, whatever that currency is. We as like consumers and the whatever, we are determining the value of that based off of what we think it is. I mean, it's just like if you go to Mexico and you get a peso, like that's worth. I mean, now things are solidified in our economy. 1 peso is worth X amount of dollars, X amount of yen, rupees, whatever. Like so Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's just the same thing. I mean, money is created out of thin air. Like the Fed can say tomorrow, we are now going to have $2 billion more dollars, and it's there. Like it's just
Yeah.
there.
So basically, and
Yeah.
I'm just analogizing in this. So like, we used to be backed by gold. I understand that's not
Yeah.
how it is anymore. So basically, cryptocurrency is said, fuck any of the backing, that
Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, we're gonna do it this
Nothing.
ourselves.
Yeah, nothing is
Yeah,
backed
'cause
by
I'm-
anything anymore.
Yeah, nothing's
So,
backed by anything
yeah.
anymore. I know that that hasn't been backed by gold in years. But
Think of it like we could just now say sticks are our currency. You
See,
got a
that's
big
pretty-
ass stick, and it's
I
like,
just don't-
damn, this dude's rich.
listen,
Like,
I know cryptocurrency makes tons of people money. But I was telling my girl, like,
mhm.
I don't understand it enough, and like, I don't believe in it enough for me to be like cryptocurrency. I'll
So,
get
Yeah.
into it. Like, I
here's-
know it makes money and I know it does things, but I don't get
Here's
it.
where the value of it comes in. So as each formula is solved,
Yeah.
a harder one comes after that. There's eventually a limit on how many of these cryptocurrencies can be. Like Bitcoin has, I can't tell you the number. I watched a few videos on this because I was confused by this as well. I was watching this when it was like up to like 40,000. So eventually, they said by whatever year it'll probably reach. That's why people are buying it so much, because they think eventually it's going to reach its limit, and it's going to become a limited quantity thing.
Yeah, I don't think that, because computers
mean,
get smarter and smarter.
But
I feel like we'll keep growing.
it could. I mean, I don't know. They could make more formulas.
And there's like the dude who created Bitcoin. Nobody knows who it is, right? Like he's like anonymous, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do.
Could he
but-
just shut it down one day? Just say fuck y'all and just shut
I know
it
that
down?
I
like
don't
the
know.
dudes that were involved, like the fucking brothers that were involved with Facebook were involved with Bitcoin. The the Winklevoss twins or
It's
whatever.
so-
I
it's
think they
just-
were involved with Bitcoin.
It's the thing is, I mean, it's the future, but I mean, I don't know if Bitcoin is the future. You know, like I think we'll eventually turn to a
Dogecoin's the
digital
future.
currency, but I mean, most likely it'll be a
Dogecoin.
government-controlled digital
Future.
currency eventually.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
already there.
invest my money
If
in
we are
Shroot
using
Bucks and Stanley
Dogecoin in the
Nichols.
future, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If we're like, imagine us in 50 years, and we're like, hey, Doge is. You are still talking about Dogecoin, and I'm gonna be like, is this really reality right now? Like, we're
I'm gonna
definitely
end up selling my
simulation.
Dogecoin, and in like 10 years, it's gonna be worth a shitload of money. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
pissed.
See, I don't know if Dogecoin is actually a real cryptocurrency, because I know
It was made as a joke.
I know it was
It was-
made as
yeah.
a joke, but
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
is there actually
crazy enough
mining
that
of it
it's
going
already-
on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is this just some like stock that they were like, you know what, we're gonna make this a thing and you're gonna buy it?
Dude, I
This
am,
is like
Elon told him to buy
super
Dogecoin.
imaginary.
Yeah.
some people made money off that shit. Just a lot of people got in too late.
Dude, I was just
Yeah.
thinking I was thinking earlier today, you know, like, now I wouldn't have probably done this with GameStop. Like, if I had the ability to do this, obviously I would do it with something totally different. But like, if I would have gotten, you know, I could have probably put, like, if I really wanted to, like $3,000 towards like GameStop. If I would have bought that much towards it and then sold it at its peak, that would have been like $50,000. Like,
Dude,
you know,
$3,000, like
but
you bet you split that and diversify your profile and put it on a couple penny stocks, dude, and buy 2 million shares of a penny stock, dude. It goes up 3 pennies and you've made a couple
no,
thousand
I mean, like,
dollars.
I wouldn't have actually done that. Like, even if I knew there was an inkling, that's not money
Eventually, man.
I couldn't have risked that. But I'm just saying, at that time, I could have invested that. It wouldn't have been
send you guys-
responsible.
I send you guys pictures all the time, but I originally invested $100 into E-Trade.
Mhm,
I took out $140, so I made my money back plus some.
mhm.
And what was left of my shares, I have up to I'm worth $500. I mean, which isn't crazy. I know people are crazy,
No,
but
but
it's all
the
like,
more
fake
money you
money
have,
to
the more
make.
potential you have to make. So
It's
it
fake
will
money to
keep
make.
snowballing.
This is nothing. I mean, it's real that I can pull it out, but
It's
like
Dogecoin.
I didn't invest into it, man. Like, this is just like money that was given to me at this point. I'm gonna get it to 1,000. I bet you by the end of February, I'm gonna have almost $1,000 in there. I am just like moving and shaking. Penny coins, buying it, selling it, buying and selling it.
All
Get it
right.
out of there.
So,
How many of you guys played Metro?
A
I
little
play
bit.
Metro.
So you should invest yourself in bullets. I don't know if you can
Bull-
bullets.
Oh,
that's
bullets.
that's the fucking
Or
the
Fallout,
currency.
start getting
Yeah,
bottle
bottle
caps.
bottle caps and bullets.
That's Quentin's financial advice for the night. Invest
Yeah.
in bullets.
Fucking quote me on that.
The GameStop thing was super interesting, though, man. I mean,
It's-
like,
It's wild. I had a
it's
timeline.
the
pulled
revolution of the people, man, for just like fed up with this rich bullshit, and they were just like, and I said it on the chat, man. This is like in a more imaginary sense, where it's just like numbers and shit. This is like the French Revolution of
Yeah.
our current time, where they
Like-
was just the poor, absolutely sick of the rich, and we were just like, fuck that. Like, we're not doing this anymore.
I don't want to
And-
be like the person that's like the media is out to like put it down, but like
They are.
I think they don't quite get what's going on, you know, because they're like GameStop stock crashes, dude, and like that's okay, you know, like
Yeah.
that stock now is still I don't know what the amount that these people shorted the stock at. As long as it's above that amount, these people are losing money. And
Dude, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 months ago, it was like $2.
yeah, like
Mission
these people on
accomplished.
Reddit with diamond hands and you know smooth brains, they're not like they don't care if they're losing it. You know,
I
like,
see
Yeah.
pictures being posted like lost 80K, but I'm still
I'm
holding.
holding.
Like,
Oh.
diamond
Have you guys
hands to the
seen about
moon.
like? I mean, I know I just told you guys earlier
Diamond
about
hands.
DFV, the guy that he was like posting YouTube videos, and he's the one that's been YOLO buying GameStop for over a year, and he was up to like 50,000 shares, and eventually it just happened that like everyone's like, oh, GameStop's being shorted, let's pump it up. So this guy
Lucky
made
man.
like a ton of money, and every day when he posts an update, like the top comments like, if he's still holding, I'm still holding. And it's like, but now apparently
Gotta have
he's being
balls of
investigated.
steel to
like-
have it go up that far and then let it drop without selling, bro.
Like, well, every day. Oh, I guess he just posted that he wasn't going to be selling, or he wasn't going to be posting his updates daily anymore, which he wasn't anyway. He just
Yeah.
started posting them daily because of all this going on. But now, I guess the SEC is pressuring him to testify. I don't know what exactly. I mean, this just kind of came out yesterday, I think. But
Dude, the rich control the market. That's
isn't
why.
this, like,
Predators just
stupid?
wait for his
Like-
status, and he just comes out like Leonardo DiCaprio Wolf on Wall Street, like,
I
I'm
hope
not selling.
I hope he goes up onto that. If he testifies, I hope when they ask him a question, he's just like, "I like the stock."
I
like
He's
the
just
song.
like,
I like the stonk.
what's going on here? I like the stock.
Stonks are great.
What were you
Why
trying to
aren't you
accomplish?
selling?
Get to the moon.
Yeah,
You know?
like, why do I
See
have
these
to
hands?
sell?
like why are we
Diamond.
taking
Diamond.
like government money to have people comb through Reddit? Like, have you seen the way these people talk? They're calling each other oddists, and like they all talking about smooth brains and you know
Dude, but that
Harambe's
Reddit
their
community,
god. Like, you know, like come on.
as much as they're fucking around, dude, that Reddit community did exactly what the rich have been doing for years,
That's
man. They
it.
just played the
Like,
game real smart.
You're
real
worried
smart.
about all these people like posting memes and stuff on their cell phones, and like, you know, like these people aren't the ones causing the problems. They're just the ones that have exploited a fault in what all these other people have been doing
And a
for
fault you
years now.
created.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
a fault the rich created.
that's the risk, right? Like that's our free market at work.
It's a free market.
You know,
Do what I
I
want.
love
You know-
the meme where it's like Joe Biden looking at like it is like stocks crashed by codename Bong Ripper 69 or whatever. He's like
Yeah.
private enemy number one.
like yeah, it's just crazy.
Like
And
we're out looking for this man. He
I think it'd be funny, like
bought
if-
all these shares. He's crashing the hedge funds.
like there was a post that like if this guy does testify, like he should be like, I want you to address me by my full Reddit handle, which is deep fucking value. Like I want you to I need to be addressed by my official name here. But like
Yeah, if you're gonna,
it's just
if we're gonna
crazy.
do this, you gotta call me by my official name.
Dude,
No,
I
not my
hope.
real name.
That's
Say
not
my
my
name.
That's say my name.
Say my name.
I know it's not gaining traction now, but I hope after this dies down, I hope they pick another stock and they do it again
Exactly.
and short another couple million.
I
And
hope
a
I'm
couple
on the
months after
inside
that,
wave so I can
do it
make some
again.
moolah.
I guess
no,
a
man,
lot of
that's the problem. You
controversy-
can't sell. You don't get to make moolah. No
You
moolah,
got paper
mate.
hands.
Like,
You
no
got
paper
paper hands. You're out. You gotta get diamond hands, dude. It's the sickest to the man.
The thing is, like, what can they do to limit it? Like, what are these people doing that, like, people going on these, like, financial talk shows are talking about, you know, like, you should really buy gold, you should buy all this stuff. Like, these are just people. And the other thing, I was telling Brittany about this, like, this isn't, like, Reddit, like, this isn't the subreddit investing. This is Wall Street Bets. Like, these are people that are YOLO buying things for no reason and posting their lost porn on it for people to look at. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
these aren't the people you should be worried
Oh,
about.
look at these losses.
Exactly. That's what these people do.
I didn't lose that much. Feeling happy. That's
what
all I
these
said.
people
Like,
do. Like, I just
It's
I just
either
find it
lost
wild,
porn or hold.
like- exactly. And you get the
Hold
one
on.
person that made like a ton of money on it, and like, but that's the whole point of this subreddit. It's not supposed to be legitimate financial advice. Like,
Yeah.
these people jumped on this train fully expecting. I mean, I would hope most of these people did. You know, knowing what they got into.
We're gonna lose some dough on this shit.
We're gonna lose some dough. Like the whole to the moon thing was, I mean, at the time, yeah, it was
Right.
rising up, but eventually, you know, these people that were shorting the stock were gonna catch
What
on.
goes up must come down. It's just
Yeah.
long.
man.
I mean,
man. It's long
the
gravity.
fact that GameStop is not an $80 a share company right now.
no,
I mean, they're
no.
not. I mean, at best, maybe 25, 30 because of all these new.
If even, man, they're close to bankruptcy.
They
they
just
were
announced
closing
some new
tons of stores.
hirings of some executives recently. I
He's
guess
supposed to go all green and shit. That's why that's why they were backing specifically GameStop, because they're supposed to go like all green.
An Amazon executive just got on board with them. That just came out today, I think. But
that's why Jeff Bezos stepped down. Some shit's about to come out, and he's just like, I don't want to be involved in this.
I'm done.
That's what I thought. I was like, watch some crazy shit come out, and Jeff Bezos is like, distancing himself away from that shit.
He's
like,
actually
I'm out.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
I believe it.
He looks like
I have made the fucking
white
reptilian people. He looks like a reptile person. They're gonna all fucking come to
Probably
Earth now.
is.
definitely Team Godzilla.
all right.
Definitely.
My number one complaint about this stuff is and I know that all the Wall Street Bets people are like, like kind of very
Smooth brain.
what's the word? Like ironic about that. Yeah, they're smooth brain. The Elon Musk meme. I hate Elon Musk. I hate him. He's the worst.
Well, okay.
Terrible.
Coming
Daddy
back
Elon.
to this.
He's not
Daddy
Daddy Elon. He's a
Elon.
piece of shit.
That's what they all say.
That's what they say. Daddy Elon's gonna take us to the moon. Gonna take us to Mars.
What's the
He's gonna make them
difference
work in
with
his
all
moon
these
mines.
people on Reddit? Like all these people on Reddit discussing these things and then taking action, and then Elon Musk he tweets game stonks. That has a lot more
And then he tweeted
weight
about Dogecoin
than-
too.
Yeah,
That's just
like,
it though. That's why I hate him. He
this
just
guy's
fucking pipes into
tied
fucking
for the richest guy in the world, and then
Yeah,
bro.
you have
What
you
kind of the
have
richest dude in
PM
the
me
world?
your pictures on Reddit, telling me
Yeah. Dude's out there posting memes too. Like he be
Who's
posting
bored?
memes on. Like
He got
this
nothing
dude
to
is
do.
like the richest dude in the world. He out here
Yeah.
posting memes.
I mean,
It's all
he's
for
not going to
clout,
hear anything
though, like-
about this. And then Mark
Oh
Cuban,
yeah, yeah.
Mark Cuban didn't ask me anything on Wall Street Bets. I think yesterday. Like he can say whatever he wants, and it's not. I mean, not saying anything against any of these guys, but like they're
I'll
not
say
worried
everything
about these
against 'em.
billionaires saying anything, but then they're worried about Spooge Daddy 69 on Reddit
Yeah.
saying, "I'm buying game stonks like
That's
diamond
'cause
hands."
Daddy 69 can't defend himself.
Exactly. He can't
But
afford the lawyers.
The problem, I mean, the thing is, man, him and Mark Cuban, they're so rich and they're in that category where they know they're helping each other play the market.
yeah.
They're shorting, they're shorting
playing
and
the same
holding,
game.
they're shorting and holding markets for each other. Maybe not specifically them too, but people that are on that level of richness are.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell short and you buy high, and we'll continue this rotation of money that it never leaves us. And we're just constantly rotating money back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, Like, that's why he's not mad. He's mad that Spooge Daddy 64 is fucking getting like a chunk of, and just the littlest chunk, dude. Just like a couple million
God
bucks.
forbid he can
Wait a
pay
minute.
for his sister's operation now. But
Yeah.
I can't buy
Right.
my 8th yacht.
Yeah,
How am I
dude.
supposed to
Why
keep my
boats?
form?
Yeah, man.
Fucking
Keep it warm
Like-
with pee like the rest of us.
Listen, and I'm all down for like, I know Jeff Bezos has way more money than anybody deserves, but the man made a product that all of us use constantly. I do think that man should be rich. He made an amazing product.
he should be taxed as fuck. too.
Absolutely. Even if he's taxed as fuck, he'll still be
Take
one of the
his
richest
money.
people in the world. Like he made a product.
Take his money.
That's fine, but like he still
Grab your torch and pitchforks.
he still is like should be a rich person. I
Yeah.
get rich is rich. He made a great product. We use it, Everything on my desk is probably from fucking
He
Amazon.
turned a bookstore online to a freaking global
A
conglomerate.
It's great.
All
You
right,
can
but
be
how
rich.
is that any different from all this? All these people taking advantage of the stock market.
Well,
It's the same.
exactly.
It's
That's
same
the
fucking
problem.
thing.
No,
These-
see, but
yeah.
I just didn't finish my sentence.
Oh.
It's when the 1% do that and they keep it that like you can only be 1 or 99. That's the problem. I'm
yeah.
okay with rich being rich. I understand that I didn't do anything in my life that I deserve $1 million, where like I didn't make a company that everybody at this computer is shopping at, Like I didn't do that. I got it. He should be richer than me. He shouldn't be so much richer than me that it is an unfeasible amount for all 5 of us to ever even touch that money, even if we are wealthy individuals,
And then start
Like-
swallowing other businesses.
Exactly. And start swallowing and
Disney.
start just like controlling the conglomerate.
Oh,
And it's true, man. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the 99% becomes the 98, and it's a big problem. Like,
Yeah. It's it's a the free market is controlled by them, and that's the problem. Like, it's only free until you start stepping on their toes, and then they have the resources and the power to make sure you never step on their toes again. And that's the problem. Like, trust me, if they didn't want us here, we're not here. You know, they don't want us having this conversation. If fucking, like you said, Tesla Elon Musk wakes up tomorrow and he wants to be petty as shit with us, trust me, this show's never going to see the fucking air ever.
That's true.
You know, like, it's done. He has
fair use. I can say whatever I want. I didn't defame him. Quentin did.
Listen, you can say whatever you want until he goes to YouTube and says, "I will pay you $1 million to not post that video," and they say, "Okay, yeah, no problem."
I'll do it. I won't say anything for $1 million.
No, you don't get $1 million.
He does.
It would be cheaper for him.
YouTube gets $1 million, dude. All they got to do is write. We'll just take the video down and flame her out.
Get my own site and we'll publish it on that bitch.
Yeah. Except it'll be hosted by Amazon servers.
Yeah,
probably.
it'll be hosted by. It's got to be hosted by some rich company somewhere. Unless you're going to move to like fucking Madagascar and starting your own fucking server there and be running shit out of the back of your thing, like just to get this video out. You're like, yeah.
Take 8 minutes just to load the website because the freaking ping is at 600.
If it's that important,
I'm with it. I think it's a thing that needs to happen too.
I think there's a lot of things that should
WikiLeaks
happen like that. Yeah.
WikiLeaks.
But it's just no one on the level of who should benefit has the power to do anything.
To benefit,
like,
you know?
Like YouTube. YouTube's like the biggest video. I mean, they control pretty much the entire... There's Vimeo. There's a few other places, but come on. I mean...
But barely.
No one has the power to do what Google has done, once they bought YouTube.
And YouTube changes the rules on a whim, and you have to follow it. Like, they'll demonetize you for anything, dude. Like, their rules are very specific on what you can and can't be monetized through.
Oh, and our podcast wouldn't be monetized. Absolutely not.
Oh, no, we swear too much and stuff.
No, I usually the intros include swearing. Like that right there, the first 30 seconds. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and it's just, it's like movies. Like, you can have one or two. I've watched YouTubers where, like, they demonetize them because they say, it's like, oh, you mark this as kid friendly, and like it's not, and like they're just like, I have never ever said this was a kid friendly show, like
that was a big problem with the there was the Pokemon card opening community, because that got really big for a little bit, like people opening like
that still
Pokemon
comes
card
up
packs.
on my Facebook.
What's that?
That comes up on my Facebook.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I mean, people would open up like the old like base set stuffs, or whatever. Anyway, because Pokemon is a kids, thing, these YouTubers now were being targeted. Like they couldn't. There was something that like they couldn't place ads on their videos, and it's like, I'm not targeting the kids, like.
Well, they'll target the Pokemon community.
Yeah, but which is now 30 years old. I mean,
but 30-year-old.
What do you do? YouTube says no, and.
Yeah. I mean, when you upload a video, it does ask you if it's for kids. Now, I get YouTube saying, and more so with the Pokemon things, like that is a kid's thing.
But
I don't know. I don't know the answer there. I'm not an exec that can make that answer.
This is not legal advice.
I don't know if you saw today, but Gearbox got bought.
Good.
I don't know if you saw that. Gearbox. I never heard of the group, but it's called Embracer Group. They acquired Gearbox Entertainment for $1.3 billion, and I didn't know Gearbox was worth that much. Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, Borderlands is huge.
Yeah, it was an alien that made them.
Let's be real, billions of new
because they put it all on the Borderlands.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
Pokemon Go made $1 billion last year.
I won't
the
talk
crazy
about
thing is like I hate them for what they did, but Borderlands series is a fun series. Like it's a good game.
It's fun. I get tired of the humor in it, to be completely honest. I think it's a little grating after a while.
It's internet humor.
It's internet humor. Yeah, it's
internet humor.
It's so fucking. It's just they just try too hard. I think. Like I like the second one a lot. The first one was all right. I haven't played it in like forever, but then I tried playing the third one, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not fucking vibing with it.
I actually heard the third one's the roughest one. No, the third one. That's one of the biggest complaints. Is they said the humor was too forced.
Yeah.
Because the second one's got some funny moments.
Oh yeah.
Tiny Tina or whatever the hell her name is. She's pretty funny.
Tiny Tina's hilarious. I love Handsome Jack. Handsome Jack's an asshole, but like hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah,
Gearbox
boys.
got bought. That guy is a scumbag, and I'm glad those IPs
Randy
can
Pitchford,
can
piece of shit,
live.
motherfucker.
can live on. You know, like I'm glad Borderlands will come out, and maybe the fourth one will be revitalized.
Yeah, probably like a
So-
different team behind it or something.
Sure, because I love the art style. I love the gameplay loop of it. You know,
They're
it's
making a movie, aren't they?
they are,
Yeah,
and
Kevin
Kevin
Hart's
Hart's
gonna be
in
in
it. Yeah, he's Roland. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay,
see how
I
that
know.
goes.
I don't really know how to
Um,
feel about that.
I don't really love Kevin Hart, so
Yeah,
kind of indifferent about it.
same.
It's fine.
yeah. But I mean, that's probably about it, huh?
That's about it. It's getting a
That's
little
about
late.
it, huh?
It's getting a little late.
That's all we
That's
gotta say
it
about
for me,
that.
at least.
Invest.
Invest, stonks.
Hold.
Don't listen
Buy
to
and hold.
us.
Buy the dip.
No, don't buy it. I
Buy
mean,
the
if you
dip, hold at the top.
if you're
Buy
doing
the dip.
things like that GameStop thing, definitely hold. But like
Yeah.
stocks it's an easy way to make money, man.
Don't take
Yeah.
advice from Wall Street Bets. That's serious. Don't
Yeah.
do your research. God, everyone, do your research on everything.
Yeah, follow StockTwits. It's a great website, and it really helps out with like just knowing what the general public feels. They're not all fucking millionaires and shit. It's guys like all of us sitting there betting
We're
$30.
not
on
sponsored by
things.
them.
Not sponsored by
but we're
StockTwits.
recommending it.
I am recommending it, dude. It's a great website. It's made me a bunch of money.
And also, what we recommend up there is that Randy Pitchford on the cover.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of recommendations, we recommend you to tune in on Super Bowl Sunday
Mhm.
here in 2 days for our Super Bowl live stream. That's going to be sorry, big game live stream. You might
Yeah.
want to bleep that out.
We
Big
are not
game
live
stream.
streaming the Super Bowl.
We are not live streaming the
not.
Super Bowl. We are live streaming us watching the big game.
Is that a no?
Um, So just
Yeah.
it's a no.
Can't say that. Big game.
Can't say that. It's the big game. What?
We got kicked
Well-
down right there.
Put up our live stream on your laptop or on your phone. Mute the volume on that damn game. You don't want to hear that. You want to watch us and listen to us while the game's going. Because we're going to be commentating the whole game. We're going to have guests coming in and out talking about sports and some other random shit, I'm sure, because it's going to be like 5 hours, 6 hours.
It's gonna be a rainy day.
It's going to be a rainy Super Bowl, so that'll be kind of
Interesting.
interesting to see how that goes, especially with the offenses. But definitely tune in. We're starting around 6, quarter after 6, 6:15.
Before the big game.
Yeah, before the big game. But definitely tune in. It should be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe as well, and check out all of our content. We're going to be having more here in the coming months, hopefully. But yeah, it's been a good episode. Thanks for coming, Quentin.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
good to
for
have you
hanging
back
out.
on, man.
It's always good to have a
Pittsburgh.
guest.
All right.
Good to be here, boys.
All right, guys.
Glad to have you back on soon.
All the waves, get them out of the way.
Bye, fellas.
Bye,
See everybody next week. Make sure to like and subscribe.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Peace.